All right then, Dev, we got the game ready. I presume you joined me in the game.
Yeah,
It's loaded for you too.
I'm here. Yeah.
All right, let's get it on then. Let's start this thing. Hello there, and welcome to the 5th day of Master League action. Welcome to the lower bracket final. These two players are fighting for their very survival. You've got Nagano on the south side of Amelie Fields as the Wehrmacht, and Ashablaw, the Korean warrior, from the north side playing as the USF and Urban Assault Company. I have casting with me today a 3-time world champion of this game series, DevM. Welcome, DevM.
Hello everyone, happy to be here yet again with AE casting one more series. Today we have two very strong players. We have Ashablaw and Nogano, both in their last lives, like AE said. I think that both players have been playing fairly well in the tournament, excluding maybe Nogano losing 3-0 to Isildur. But overall, I think that they are on top of their game and we have a great series on our hands.
We certainly do. It's certainly looking that way. And when the players are down on their chips like this, it suddenly becomes real in a double elimination tournament. Like Nagano versus Isildur, it wasn't do or die at that point, DevM. He still had, there was room for error. There was margin for error. There was a tolerance. Well, there's no more tolerance now. Not one further step back can be taken. I'm not just saying that because he's Russian, but he's got to hold the line now, Devin. He's got to hold the line because Ashablaw is coming for him. And tell us what this commander and these bulletins are going to do for Asha on this map.
Yeah, so this commander has kind of seen more play this tournament, I think, than any other tournament. It's a really good commander for the later stages of the game, where USF usually struggles to counter the team weapons. And then you also have the Molotovs for the riflemen that obviously need no upgrade. It's a really good commander, I would say, for the late game. So I think that Ashablaw already, just by picking the commander, is telling us that he's expecting this game to go for a long time.
Certainly is. MG in a defensive position from Nagano thus far. And he is holding the line. He's creating a very defensive one. Now, DevM, I'll bring your play into consideration here. We have rush players such as yourself, and then more defensive kind of grind control players like Nagano. And he's certainly a little bit more like that, isn't he, with his MG placement there?
He is. He's very patient, I would say. He's not the kind of player to get desperate at all. Unless he's tilted, which happens sometimes. But overall, he's a very controlled player, and he usually plays very well into the mid-game and late-game stages of the game.
Here we go, we've got Rifleman versus Grenadier. This will allow the MG possibly to set up and join the action, so slow and steady for Nagano. Let's get open tac map as this Pioneer looks likely to survive. Let's get open tac map and just take stock of the rifle positioning.
Yeah, I think that Ashablaw is actually going for a build order that's less used now as USF. He goes for the 3 riflemen into lieutenant, where I think that players now prefer to usually go for the lieutenant as a 3rd unit, so you can have the captain as a 4th one and have all the tech. So definitely interesting that he's going for 3 riflemen.
Certainly is. That rear echelon, by the way, set up a lot of tank traps on the victory point there, but it's all Nagano so far, and he has, even in the games where he lost the series 3-0 versus Isildur, he had a great amount of early game map control, DevM. It seems like he doesn't make many wrong moves, like a chess player almost. In the opening stages, he's very calculated, and what he does works.
I think that Nogano here is going for kind of a safe gameplay situation. His build order is very standard: 3 Grenadiers, 1 MG, and going into tier 2. I think that we'll see the scout car in the next few minutes, and an Atigan, we'll see.
I'm excited to see this flank possibly. No, he's going to go for the cutoff. Is Asher. He leaves the low health rifleman to duke it out and loses the manpower accordingly.
This is actually very good from Asha. He brought all the Nogano's units to the fuel, he kind of baited him in, and now he's cutting him off from all the resources.
He is. He's getting both cutoffs, DevM. Well said. You know, he's going straight through to the fuel cutoff now, and he's taking the fuel as well, so well baited by him. But through that baiting, he does have the possibility of, you know, wipe on retreat perhaps, maybe. But no, the...
Oh, he teched grenades, I didn't even see that. So that tells Nogano that the Steward might be a little bit delayed.
Yep, this 222 is going to have a little bit more free reign now for a minute. Well, the 4th, nearly 5th minute is going to be on its own all the way until the 8th minute likely for the Stuart now.
Asha needs to get the bazooka on Lieutenant as soon as possible. He's taking it now. The 222 will probably have like a 1 minute window here to harass any riflemen that are capping. So it all depends on how Asha reacts to this right now, if he doesn't lose all the map.
Let's double check on Ash's teching. He does, of course, have the rifle nades available, but Nogano's too good for that. Amelie has great sight lines as well, so the 222 can pretty much just rock up to anything it wants to. Talamine coming down on the north side for Nogano. He's going to set up the MG up there as well, so this is a good bait.
We have a rifleman fucking that MG though. Let's see if we can get some good damage in.
There's the rear echelon.
Yeah, he's just trying to be annoying right now. He knows that he doesn't have the right tools to deal with what Nogano has, so he's just bringing infantry all over the map and not really trying to consolidate. He's just trying to be annoying, like the rifleman capping the fuel point on the edge of the map.
Yeah, he's doing that now, and that does leave him a little bit vulnerable, but, you know, he's behind heavy cover, so he'll neutralise the fuel point. 222 will come to investigate as well. There he's up
Get
to...
the decap.
Oh, he's getting 70 fuel now, so there's the building of the Stuart as quickly as he humanly could.
Yeah, he knows that he desperately needs the Stuart to deal with the 222.
Will he get this rifle wiped? Oh, he got a little bit of stutter there.
I think
from
it will.
The 222,
he did get the wipe.
There you go, MG gets the kill, I believe.
Oh man, that's rough for Asha.
Lieutenant, grenade on retreat perhaps. Can he get it off? He's looking for the timing of this. Oh, he wipes the Pioneer instead with the bazooka round to the face and gets the MG. Will he get away with it though? He's got another rifle coming up. He doesn't need to use this one.
Oh, that's really bad for Nogano. He overextended.
Oh, he's trying to chase down the 222 with a low health rifle. 222's going to advance. He takes the MG42. Lieutenant's coming into the party. Here comes the Stuart. What's going to happen to this 222? Don't forget that mine's still not been swept.
Yeah, but I think Asha probably knows that there must be a teller mine somewhere. So he's probably going to escort the Stuart around the map with the rear echelon.
For those that were worried that this series might be a bit of a grind, we're certainly not having that so far. We're finding all-out action so far in Amelie Fields. It's looking hot and spicy out there. We like it. First pack shot misses on the Stuart.
Yeah, I think that overall, the game is even though Ash stole one MG, because he did lose one rifleman. And overall, Nogano has been on top of the fuel points this game, so he's going to have the Panzer IV.
Let's see what happens though with the Stuart advancing on this 222 DevM. He's past the scope of fire. Can he get the finishing blow? Yes, he can. Not even anymore.
Retract what I said.
Instant retraction from Senor DevM. There we go. Ashablaw has taken a bit of a lead. Let's just check out the stats quickly if we can, DevM. Let's have a quick look at the graphs, see how that affects things. Boom, an instant drop for Nogano. On points held, though, you will see he's had concerted dominance there, so it's not as simple as just Asha's got more material advantage.
Yeah, definitely the only advantage I would say Nogano has now is that he has been able to get the fuel for a long time. So probably the Panzer IV is coming in soon. By soon, I mean as soon as it can.
As soon as he'll be there, he will be there, just like Relic's patching.
Yeah,
we have had the
exactly.
Telemine swept, by the way, by the rear echelons, so there's another small win for Ashablaw.
Yeah, I think that in the next few minutes we'll see the US forces gaining the map all over, because the Stuart will be just annoying on the sides of the map. It's the thing about this map and huge maps, is that as soon as you get light vehicle superiority, you can control the edges of the map really well, and it's what Flashy is doing here.
And talking about light vehicle superiority... Oh, enemy squad is dead, did he just say? I don't know why he would say that. Makes no sense.
I don't
Nothing
think
died.
anything died, yeah.
Yeah, weird. Anyway, Asherblaw has no, he cancelled it. Thank God he cancelled it. It made no sense. You were saying light vehicle superiority. He was building the M20, and he's now gotten the Rangers instead. So, interesting.
Yeah, I think... I'm not sure how I'll feel about that, because I do think that going captain instead of the Rangers would have been better, because you always have the option to go for the AT gun. But as long as he uses the Rangers really well and controls the rest of the match, I think it's okay. Let's see how he does with the range.
Isildur in chat says, look at the Taller on West VP, but I'm pretty sure that got swept unless there's another one, DevM. Have we seen a second Taller, or is the current reigning world champion distracting the cast with incorrect information?
I don't think that he has planted a second teller.
Distracting the cast. Know your role, Isildur. You may be the best player in the world at this game currently. That don't make you the best co-caster. DevM is the reigning co-cast champion.
He does have a teller near the VP, never mind.
Damn it. Where's the second teller?
Right now where the Grenadier and the Rangers are. Do you see it?
Oh, man. Yeah, I see. Okay, fair enough, Isildur. You may know what you're talking about. We retract our insults. Oh, rear echelon, about to die.
Okay, it survived, just barely.
Isildur, I am actually blind. Please don't insult me. Maybe this is why you're so good at Co. You have eyes. Rangers advance on the LMG Grenadier as they close the distance and push them out there. Suffer a little bit of health damage, but that's about it.
Actually, he's being really aggressive. I like it.
Me too. He's all over him right now.
He's trying to keep the pressure up, so Nogano has to use his manpower to reinforce all the units and not attack.
Look at this from the Rangers. He uses the off-map smoke. Rangers come in from behind. Riflemen look likely to survive, and the advance of the mighty Korean goes forth. That was cover to cover he just used, by the way. 60 munitions. Very rarely seen.
Playing really well now. He's really taking advantage of that wipe that he got in the on the MG and on the 222. So he's really putting some pressure on the Nogano right now.
He certainly is. He's all over him at the moment. Nagano's rebuilt his manpower casualties, DevM, but that's really put him behind on the fuel tacking game. And okay, he does have battle phase 2, but
this is what really good USF players do. When they know that they are ahead, they force their opponent's hand. So they have to use all the manpower to reinforce instead of attacking. And you can be sure that because they aren't attacking, you can keep on being super aggressive with the current unit situation.
It's a wave you have to ride, DevM. I think you put it best in your USF guide many years ago. You just have to keep up that constant pressure. And Asherblaw has not let up thus far. Nagano has not had a moment's breath and the chance to catch himself. So let's see if this continues so he can keep this pressure on. He's certainly doing well thus far, and I'm sure he's thinking about Major Sherman next.
Yeah, let's see what he decides to go for. He can also go captain, but I'm not sure if that's what he wants. So he's actually attacking captain, he is. So we are probably going to see the AT gun.
Safe, steady, fair enough.
I think that's the usual build with this commander, just because you want to use your fuel for the Calliope and not the Sherman. So he's going to use AT guns as his main counter to tank.
Seen that Stuart getting into Taller Town.
Trying to be annoying.
Bren's advance. He needs to capture a victory point, does Nagano. Although Asherblaw's actually down on them thanks to Nagano's early game supremacy. Rangers push in with MG42 support, don't forget.
Yeah, we can see that Asher right now is doing some early retreats as well. He's trying to preserve some manpower so he can have the tank as soon as possible.
Stuart bursts through the fences there. It might get Fausted knowing he reverses the way. Grens can't get there. Elsewhere in the west, you've got double Gren LMGs against the rifles.
And he's going to deny him the fuel again. Although Nogano is already close to a Panzer IV, so he doesn't need that much fuel.
Anti-tank gun out for Asher, so he's prepared. Nagano's flipping positions with him as well, so fair enough. They're trading right now, and it does seem like it's likely to be stabilizing for Nagano. Is our fears for Ashablaw, are they starting to be confirmed? Is he keeping up the pressure for your taste, or has he relented a little bit here?
He has relented a little bit, but I think that's also the usual thing, because the Grenadiers with LMGs eventually start being super obnoxious. And at some point, the only way you can start getting the map back is when you start getting those vehicles out, like the Calliope or the Sherman.
Calliope, as they say, as the
Yeah.
Panzer IV is on its way, a little bit delayed. The advance of Ashablaw is coming forth. He knows he's got a little limited window of opportunity with the Stuart still to make an impression, and he's doing just that, attacking on multiple fronts right now, getting the angles right. MG's trying to set up, Pack is set up. Panzer IV's 60% of its build. We've just had a gun crew wipe, that was the MG42.
He went around the arc of fire. Maybe the Stuart can decrew the Pack. No, never mind. No.
Pack can set up though, DevM. Misses.
It missed, yeah. Although I think that even if the engagement didn't go Ash's way, this is kind of what he wants. He wants to keep the pressure a bit before the Panzer IV comes into the field. Because you see all this time, because Nogano has to defend the push, he isn't able to cap the field points.
Here comes that Panzer IV. Great slug on the battlefield. So omnipresent and omnipotent recently in Company of Heroes play. I did even ask the balance team, DevM, is there something messy about the AoE profile? It seems to be wiping everything. And they just said no, it just is that good at wiping things, so fair enough.
Yeah, I think that the P4 has been a fairly good tank for a long time.
Oh, certainly. The amount of one-shot wipe potential it certainly can have in certain predicaments. Obviously, it won't do that this cast now, DevM. That won't happen.
Yeah, you jinxed it.
I look like an idiot, like a balanced forum warrior kind of idiot, but now, obviously.
I think that the next few minutes are kind of important. Obviously, Nogano now has the superior unit composition. It's important to see if he can get map back and while he's ahead, before Asha gets his next few units. He needs really to play aggressive now.
Captain retreats. He's actually preserving his captain, unlike every USF player that's ever played the game. So fair enough to Ashablaw. Keeping things manpower tight. Rifle nade on the rear echelons. Don't do anything. You must clip the tank trap or something.
Also, yeah, okay. He just got the CPs for the Calliope. Just needs the resources now.
Rangers M1. This is a bit of a messy situation. Grens suffer a big casualty to the Rangers there. Will they die now? Indeed, can he?
He didn't try the grenade on the retreat. That have been cheeky.
Would have been 2 MLG for this Master League tournament that would have to rebrand. Oh, what was that? Did he hit the Talon?
To the teller, yeah, the P4 hit the teller and killed the Major.
I told you it would wipe something. A major catastrophe there as the Panzer IV hits the Talon mine and obliterates the Major. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I think the game is even now. Obviously, we know what Nogano is going to do next. He's going for the double P4, probably. And we also know what Ashablaw perfect unit composition is. It's probably double AT gun and the Calliope.
Yeah, Ashablaw's preparing for the late game. It's almost like a rocket artillery trap now. He actually relented, but he did it on purpose, DevM. He's let Nagano fall into the trap.
It's a false sense of security right now.
It certainly is. Just like Norton antivirus.
Jesus. It's true though.
That's a joke for my computer science major co-caster. I'm reading the room. Anyway,
you just have like a list right now next to you of those jokes just to use throughout the cast.
Yeah, hopefully the list comes in handy. I see sharp. You're looking sharp today, Dev. I'm sorry I got my words mixed up there. That was one off the list. Not a great one, that one, admittedly.
That's alright. You can do better next time.
I'll try. Anyway, we've got Gren's pushing up here. These guys have an astonishing 12 kills. The rear echelons somehow have survived this far.
Yeah, I think that the commander that Asher chose for this game is actually going to be perfect against what Nogano is doing, because he didn't even go for the second P4, he went for another pack-in. So that's one more support weapon that can go decrune.
And one of the many reasons, of course, that OKW aren't present anymore is even if your major dies, DevM, you can still build things from the major tech. If that was a Schwer headquarters, of course, you wouldn't be able to build anything right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Just one of the just dawns on you, doesn't it, when you see little things like that, little asymmetries and stuff. Panzer IV may have gotten attributed the kills. He's got one friendly kill for the Talamine. You've seen that? One friendly kill for the Talamine and 70 infantry kills. So I think he got attributed the major deaths.
Yeah. But actually, I wanted to focus on the new vehicle that Ashe is doing. What do you think about the Sherman?
Against 2 packs and 4 Panzerfausts. Maybe with a bit of smoke, it can help in a push, but it isn't the thing that's going to bring the next wave of aggression from Asher. We are now settling in, ladies and gentlemen. Get out your tables, get out your outdoor kitchenware and sandwich boxes, because we're going camping. We're going to be in a bit of a stretch now, a bit of a grind whilst we wait for the next level of tech to open up.
You know, this game is going to go for a long time still when you got all the support weapons coming in and the artillery coming in for Asha soon.
Yeah, the artillery will be pretty nice as well. But we're in for a long haul here, DevM. We're now just going to get into like build order criticism. It's not so much about, oh, look at this epic flank, bro. It's more like, let's hope that they get the right compositions as they fulfill their pop caps and we get ready. Enemy eliminated, by the way. Did he finally, what did he kill there? The M1. He wiped it with the LMG.
I am more worried for Asher right now than I am for Nugan. I think that this Sherman might be a mistake, but we'll see.
Well, he's certainly done well so far. Couldn't get the killing. Yes, he can.
Hey,
spoke too soon. Veteracy down. Packs line up, though. First shot misses. There's a tiny bit of elevation there. Yes, the map slopes 1 degree, DevM. 1 degree is enough for Company Aero 2's engine.
I also want you to see it like the color spam that Nogano has been doing. He has one like in the center track, train track, near the VP. And he has one on the road on the right to that.
Oh, speaking of things that can kill tanks, this Sherman has to get the hell out of there. As the riflemen push in, Gren's pushed back, MG in full retreat, Packs are next in line. Panzer IV comes to the rescue. Here comes an M1AT gun. This could be big, DevM.
I think this is big, yeah. If you can get that one pack, the Rangers are not focusing the right pack yet. They are now. I think he's going to get away with the packs.
Yes, indeed, it's possible. There's one down. Has he suffered too much damage? Yes, he has. He's cancelled the push, DevM. And will the rifle survive the cancellation, the retreat, like Napoleon's army? Oh, dear.
Wait, oh, the Tellermine. It got the Stewart.
Oh, there you go as well. Stuart down to that Tellermine DevM was talking about. You say there's another one on the central victory point somewhere, DevM, as well? We got
on the train track, yeah.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, you know I'm really bad at spotting Tellermines. That is very well hidden. Look at that. Somebody that's bad vision and wearing contact lenses. That is, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. It's there though. Thank you, Devon. And
like, the push from Ash was really good, but after that, losing the rifleman and Stewart made it not so worth.
Could he have used some of that cover to cover? I mean, he had the munitions. Look at the munitions he had. If he had the major as well, he could have used some major artillery, Devon. But here it is. It's a possibility. The Kali is OP. What the hell is that skin? The little eyes, look.
Yeah, it's the same as the Sherman. Not sure what skin is that, but it isn't historical for sure, I would say.
I'm complaining. Indeed. We have the Sherman now. He's going to be spotting for his rocket artillery toting cousin. And he's going to want to bunch those packs up and get them all in a bunch. Which is kind of what bunching up does. And then blast them with the Blapinator.
Now I think that Asha might be a little more comfortable with the Kali up on the field. You can start decrewing the pack gun. That's like an heavy cost for the Aussie player to reinforce back.
Packs are repositioning. I wonder if the Calliope's going to chase.
He's trying to see where the Tegans are. So
Oh
he can
dear.
fire the Calliope.
That's bad for the Sherman. Very bad for the Sherman. It's cooking up out there. Where's this Calliope fire? Is it coming in as well? Yes, it is.
It's not going to be worth it though.
No, not with the Sherman down now because he can't follow up Devon. He can't take out the packs. All he can do is decrew them. With the Sherman was still on the field, he could have taken all the material out. That would have been 720 manpower down the drain, but he cannot follow up.
Yeah, exactly. Small mistake from Asha. You should be more careful with the Shermans. On that cheeky grenade, he was trying to predict if Nogano would retweet the Grenadier squad.
I mean, Elpen says it right. Bars, Zooks, cover to cover. Where the hell is it? Okay, he has gotten bars and stuff, but he still could have used cover to cover. There's a rifleman here with nothing on him. No, wait! Are you joking me? He hasn't actually gotten... He's now just getting weapon wrap unlock. Sorry, that's the captain and lieutenant, of course, with the weapons at the moment. Because he's lost 2 of his original rifles.
I think this is very worrisome for Asha though. You can see that he has no manpower, so he can't rebuild the Sherman or any squad that he lost. And Nogano is keeping up the pressure and has the unit composition to basically trade efficiently every time in every skirmish.
Certainly
as long as Nogano is aggressive, it's very hard for Asha to get his unit composition back up.
Right, Dev, let's have a quick cheeky check on the graphs now for army value. See that Ashablo's surprisingly still doing pretty okay. Let's check the overview for the kill-death ratio. It's 107.93. So it's not quite as bad in terms of manpower casualties as you would imagine, but... And look at the pop cap as well, DevM. How is this happening? Is it just the Calliope's so meaty it takes up 20 pop cap or something?
Yeah, I think it might be the Calliope. Overall, the Nogano has the superior unit composition, I would say. It's up to the Calliope to do some wipes here.
Unless this Panzer IV can wipe the Rangers. Bounces a shot off the M1. Rifleman pushing in, but the concerted pressure from Ashablaw has meant that the victory point count has slipped into his favour for the first time in this game. 290 to 275.
It's only temporary though. The only reason that Asha has so much map right now, it's because Nogano had all Grenadiers in his base. So I would say in the next minute we'll see the map turning red.
Especially with the fuel count for Nagano, he can afford to start spending that soon. Where's this Calliope barrage on the retreating Grenadiers? No cigar there.
Yeah, and the P4 has no match. The only match is the Tegan, which obviously is an immobile counter, so you can just play for the edges of the map.
Oh my, Nagano has unlocked the mighty Tiger tank.
Yeah, he's just putting so much pressure on Asha right now. I don't think that Asha has the resources to reinforce all of this. Even
Nagano
gets his MG
tactically
back.
moved into position and sprinted into Ashablaw's back lines there. Takes the MG42. Panzer IV led the fray, and it's not looking like a good day to be Korean in Game 1.
Yeah, I don't want to call the game too early, but I do think the game is over right now.
Yeah, it's looking very over. Look at these, he's got Stukas as well. There's no,
Yeah, he does have the munitions for that as well. I don't see a way for Asha to come back. I just don't see it.
He needs to keep the Sherman alive, and then he needs to get a Jackson. Look at that, there's grenade damage as well, just when he needs it least. And we can start some Terminator claps in chat, because the Tiger should soon be on its way. 640 manpower required.
Yeah, Nogano is just putting Asha in a no winning position. Like, whatever Asha does, it will always be bad. Because if he stops reinforcing to get the units that he needs out, he'll lose all the map. And if he keeps reinforcing his squads to keep some map presence, then he won't have the unit composition to just win the game out in the long run.
G42 is doing well to survive thus far. Well, I spoke too soon, there we go.
No, they survived.
People in chat didn't know what I meant by Terminator claps. I will show you. We got some Pepe frogs with clapping gif, but I'll show you what I mean. Oh, he's just reinforced the bloody Grens. What are you doing to us, Nagano?
We have the Grand Blob coming back in through the center.
We do indeed. And the Rangers trying to join. Easily dodged nade there. Lieutenant has to retreat. Another dodge nade.
Yeah, now the LMGs are just ripping through the Ranger squad. Although they are also doing decent damage.
That Ranger could die on retreat here. Nope. Panzerform misses. We do have the M1 hitting veterancy too, which is good, but... And he's got a good amount of victory points. Don't forget, Company Heroes 2 has a large amount of rubber band potential, so if you do not keep the pressure down, he's getting his Sherman.
Yeah, but Nagano can get the Tiger soon. And one AT gun is not enough. The Sherman is basically useless against the Tiger, so you can only get the AT gun to do some damage.
Yeah, he could have easily made that a Jackson, but he doesn't have the anti-infantry, so he has to rebuild his army from the core up. And of course, you win.
Oh, don't get me wrong, yeah, the Sherman was the right choice, but he's going to need a second AT gun.
Definitely. Completely agree, my friend. And here we go, lads. We're getting close to 640 manpower. You want to hear what I mean? I mean this.
Panzer IV just creeping in, trying to get some wipes.
It certainly is. Make a fool out of me, Nagano. That's what a Terminator clap sounds like. Sarah Connor.
The Sherman shows itself finally.
Oh, they didn't build it in the end. Anyway, let's keep our eyes on the action because we have Asherblob battling valiantly. M1 is being flanked by the MP40s of the Pioneers. Yeah, could be bad. Where's the Sherman Calliope firing? Let's track it. It's down here on the MG. He did lose the veterancy on the M1. That's a big loss for him. He needed that, quite frankly. Really needed that. He did get rid of the MG. Captain could take it.
He needs something to take the AT gun back. Yeah, he's bringing the rear echelon to get the M1 back.
Yeah, that's the bazooka rear echelon as well, so he has soft counters, but he doesn't have anything hard right now, especially now the veterancy's gone. It's all soft. Some bloody anti-tank Viagra out there.
Asher right now is just trying to buy some time, because if he keeps the aggression, he won't have the manpower to get the second AT gun, and he knows that. Either that or the Jackson, honestly. But I doubt that he'll have the manpower for the Jackson.
We've got 12 kills on this Calliope, just to check out Asherblaw's base a little bit. He's very consolidated right now. He's repairing the Sherman as fast as he can go. Just the M4A3, no 76mm shenanigans today. And here it is, sent from a dystopian nightmare future. Sent back in time to wipe out Asherblaw's chances in this game one. It's 64 tons of quantified destruction indeed. The Panzerkampfwagen 6, the Tiger.
And now we'll see just how good Nagano is at pushing his advantages. Because I feel like if he does a really good push now, it's going to be game over. Coming forward with the Tiger, it shows itself for the AT gun.
And that's just a oh for God's sake moments, because his build just is not ready for this right now, and he's eating up a bit of pressure right now, the Tiger, of course, and that M1, but there's a bounce for you. He's not going to gain veterancy very quickly. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, I think now the game depends on how well Asha holds. If he can hold for some more time and get either the Jackson or one extra AT gun, I think that the game still has some way to go.
Watch this Tiger Black there, a lot of health damage done at least. MG set up. We've got a nice nade though from the Rangers. Gren's looking low. However, he's got no follow-up. The Tiger's able to push them away. Big Calliope barrage comes in on the packs though. Oh, he does it. Gets rid of the manpower there. And they've got the Rangers coming in as well. This could be big. Panzer IV has to reverse in. Sherman's not in the picture quite yet. And Tiger rumbles its engine.
To get the final pack. He does get it.
Oh, and he's just got a shot in. But here comes the Stukas flying from
Not
behind the camera.
Stuka, though.
Really is. Those cannons do not perforate the armor. Lieutenant offers himself as a sacrifice. We have, by the way, seen the MG42 go down. Panzer IV's currently destroying it.
Yeah, the Etigan is creeping forward as well to get some shots in on the Tiger.
Oh, bazooka bouncing. Crazy there.
Asha can weather the storm right now. I think he has a good chance to come back.
Just about. If you can get the Sherman didn't eat any Stuka fire, and Nagano is he's going to be on a little bit of recharge now for the Stuka at least. He only has, by the way, Veterancy 1 Pioneer, so this Tiger's repair time is going to be rather lengthy.
He does have the double Pioneers, so he has a lot to repair, but double Pioneers with that.
Yeah, to be honest, as you say, it's going quite fast, to be fair. With the hazard removal package, of course, it gives them a bit of a boost. But if they were bet to be back on the field in no time. Got a feel for Asher against Nagano's army at the moment. Although with the pack, he did destroy one pack. One's ready to be recrewed.
Yeah. Just not sure how Asher is going to kind of get some field presence back, because he has almost no infantry compared to Nagano's huge army. But he also needs AT, so...
Oh, look at this Calliope barrage on the eastern side! Rangers finished the job, indeed!
That's what he needs.
That's exactly what he needs. However, the Tiger doesn't like what he sees. Big 88mm cannon misses, however, on the move accuracy. We've also got some aggression on the west side. Gren's forced away with one model remaining. Asher is not going down without a fight, and that is stating the bloody obvious right now. We're seeing all-out warfare on Amelie Fields.
Yeah, we do. Not sure how Asher wants to proceed with his build.
Gren's low on east side, DevM. That could be a death to the captain. Can he get in position? Yes, he can. Another Gren goes down for Nagano.
He got the
throwing
Tigan
so
down,
much.
and with the Tigan down, there is no counter for the Tiger. Oh, this is really bad. No, this is really bad. The Tigan was mispositioned.
Trying to get out there, but he can't, and that's going to be destroyed.
That's about his only counter to the Tiger.
And he has fuel. Maybe he can save for a Jackson, but it's a lot of manpower, and it's going to keep him pegged back in base for a while.
No, I think... Yeah, this is... I would say GG.
DevM, you called GG so many times now.
Yeah, but this time it's the real GG.
Okay, this is the real GG.
Yeah.
He's going to go round the back with the Sherman, but the wolves are at the door, and they're knocking the bloody house down. Panzer IV goes into base looking for the ambulance. Ambulance is on an exodus, trying to get out of there like a refugee. Meanwhile, the Calliope's going to reverse into Nagano territory. Tiger waiting for anything that dares rear its head. Rear echelons have done well to stay alive this far, but now they die. Hang on, they survive. They just about reinforce in time. Very lucky to be alive right now. Very lucky boys. They drop a bazooka. They continue to
Tigan is out.
Sherman's firing. Tiger's hunting. AT guns out, as DevM rightfully says.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not enough. It's not enough.
It certainly isn't. The Tiger may finally find its prey.
Another wipe on the rifleman.
Oh no. That's that Panzer IV doing the work there. Up to veterancy 3 on the Panzer IV.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. We have reduced our foes to 100 points.
Yeah, I think
Game dev. Did we call it? Did we call it in 20 minutes when we felt Asherblaw's pressure was starting to subside? Did we see the right, like, were our worries now warranted?
Yeah, I think they were. This matchup in specific, especially with commander that Asha chose, is always a matter of how much advantage can I get in the mid game before Austere starts to consolidate. And Nagano did just that.
DevM, I got an epic YouTube thumbnail. Don't worry, mate. It's all good. We're sorted. 38 minutes into game 1. Mental note. Right, Lieutenant versus Tiger. We know how that one ends. We've got Grenz pushing up. Rear echelons drop another bazooka. Big
The
shots from the
Grenadiers
M1.
just have no counter in the field.
Panzer ready.
What a build order now. We've got the Professor of Destruction, the Brumbear, is coming into the center of the battlefield as well. He's going to be doing a lecture in blapping and disintegration of body parts.
That's what Asha doesn't want right now.
Certainly is not what he wants. But this, I mean, look at that Panzer IV. 45 infantry kills and a telekill. That thing gets MVP of Game 1 for me, DevM. Pretty
Yeah,
impressive
the
stuff.
beast. We see desperation now from Asha trying to cap the victory points.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Very much desperation. With the Brumbear on the center, Ashablaw drops from the game. 1-0 to the Russian heavyweight, Nagano.
Good game.
So here we are with the tail of the tape from that last game. Let's do some analysis on this, Devon. You might want to bring my my stream up on your screen.
Yeah,
there.
I have it up.
Good man, good man. We've got Ashablaw with his AT gun with a lot of damage dealt, but let's and we've got Nagano with his MVP, the Grenadiers. Team killer Panzer. He gets that medal for the Telemine kill, but
It was a tower, yeah. Definitely the Grenadiers are always the most annoying thing to face as USF, so it's always going to be the Grenadiers, the most valuable unit for Austin right there.
Look at this high level play. Pioneers 69 abilities used. I don't know if that counts repairs, but it certainly seems like they were getting up to some possibly sexual shenanigans. I'm not sure what they were up to, but anyway, we've got overview over here. Nagano, of course, KD ramped up in the late game there, so not much to be seen, I suppose. But we do have the graphs, which are always good, showing Nagano just with that Tiger, basically. Tiger was endgame. Look at that. Tiger.
Yeah, you can see that Asha didn't do enough damage in that mid game to disrupt Nagano enough. So,
oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, he did. Sorry, I'll listen to you, Devon. Go on, mate, sorry.
Yeah, if you want to win as USF against Austria in an open map like that, you really need to have that mid game go better than it did, really. I think at some point, Asha's problem here was that he couldn't get the right unit composition because he was being overly aggressive. So his manpower was being used on reinforcing units instead of getting like the extra AT gun.
Yeah, I have to say, I think that I don't know, the M1 Captain M1 AT gun. I don't know why, but it just feels like that moment when he got that around 17 minutes. Around the 17 to 20 minute mark, we just started to feel like his aggression started to subside. Maybe he should have tried to hold out for Major Sherman. I don't know. It's so easy to say that now.
Yeah, the problem is that he knew that Nagano had good field control, so he knew that the Panzer IV would come in like at the 14-minute mark. He had to be ready for it. That's why he went captain for sure.
Fair enough. Well, I don't know how he could have done it then. Maybe he just needs to analyze the replay and figure out how he could have been more aggressive and kept the pressure on. We definitely know his munitions usage in this entire middle passage of play here, DevM. His munitions usage was really bad, wasn't it? He had 300 to 400 munitions floated, and he had that cover to cover he used once. He didn't use enough M1 armor piercing rounds. He only used them like twice in the entire game, I think. So
Yeah,
I
that's
do
right.
think he could have used munitions better in hindsight. But points held, there's the story. Asher, of course, was dominating, and then Nagano crept back in. And then I got it wrong, by the way, so I tried to correct myself. That's the Tiger arriving. There's the 2 Gren losses, but there's the Brumbear arriving. So, yeah, it looks like the Tiger did more than enough damage to
I
offset the
think
Gren
that
losses.
the army value graph many times doesn't also do justice, because even though that you might have similar army values, just the units, the way they counter each other, it doesn't show in the graph. And I think that Nogano's unit composition at some point was far superior to what Asha had.
Yeah, when I analyze my own many losses, I often go to this screen here, construction, and just see the timings of what was arriving at certain times. So, if we go over to when Nagano's Panzer IV hit, and you just look at the timings of like, so you had Stuart at 7 minutes, then you had the Panzer IV, then you had that really good cover to cover. Only time it was used in the entire game was 10 minutes 58, and loads of munitions was floated after that. You had the Major out at 16 minutes, and the Sherman was a full 5 minutes after the Panzer IV. Calliope at 23 minutes. See, it doesn't look that bad in hindsight, does it?
I think that's the Sherman might have been a mistake. Like, it was okay, but I think he should have kept the Calliope as his anti-infantry unit and just went maybe for a Jackson.
Yeah,
Because the
Jackson
Panzer
would be
IV and the
good.
Tiger, just too much.
Loads of Talon mines for Nagano. Really good munitions usage from him. That resource that's so not thought of as much as it should be at times. Let's just go see if the second game is available. Let me recapture my random access memory. Let's go get that back.
Being held hostage right now.
It is. Ko is a demanding mistress. Guys, we're gonna next time you'll see us, we'll be in game 2. We'll be about 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you. And here he is. He's 1-0 down in this best of 5. If he wins today, he's guaranteed at least $900. If he loses, he walks away with $400. But most of all, DevM, Ashablaw is fighting to be the first Korean in a long time to be in a grand final. All the way since Asia Mint last year. Ashablaw is fighting to be in his first ever grand final of a major tournament. Major 1v1 tournament.
Yeah.
What's he got to do, Dev?
I would argue that right now it's actually... You shouldn't be too worried, because Austria, I feel like, is the easiest faction to pull out a win, especially in tournament games, because they are just so safe and outscale their opponent. But I'm kind of worried because I think that Soviets scale better than USF into the late game, and Nogano is a good late game player. So we might see a tougher game for Asha to pull off the win, and that will tire himself out.
Spearhead doctrine chosen. So Panzer Tactician smoke added to the mix and a bit of frag bombing. I do like this commander.
Yeah, it's a good commander, especially the smoke for your tank to get away. It's really good.
So there are global vetoes in this tournament, everyone. The players chose which 3 commanders of every faction they don't want to come up against. That leaves Nagano with Lend-Lease, DevM's little love affair of the tournament. You've also got Defense Tactics and GMCT, the most chosen Soviet commander of all time. Let's see what Nagano goes for later. Only 3 conscripts thus far, though, DevM.
Yeah, he's going probably for the 4th one, I would say.
Oh yeah, he hasn't had the manpower yet.
Yeah,
not even a decision he's made. But
I expect that maybe we'll see Lend-Lease, but I'm not too sure. I think it has been like the flavor of the month to get the M4C Sherman.
Yeah, they're pretty beastly. Pioneers advance, and there is going to be 4 conscripts from Nagano. It's pretty standard stuff thus far. But it's a big, the big fighting for a big difference. The difference in the winner of this series is $500. That's like the grand, the championship prize for many other actual single tournaments. So, fighting for a lot today.
Yes, they are. And I think that Nagano's game plan here in the early game is kind of to stall Ashablaw a bit, because he needs the early tier 2 for the Zizgan to counter the tier 2 from Austria. And in order to have the Itigan out in time, he can't bleed too much manpower, which is why we see early retreats from Nagano.
Nice push, though, straight up the spine of Amelie. MG well protected for, well spotted for. Gren's forcing away the conscripts, but let's check out the tap map and see if there's any help coming. Yes, indeed, there's 2 conscripts on the west, and also there's a Flamer combat engineer on the east.
Yeah, but you can see that overall Nagano is trying to avoid fighting Asha. He doesn't want to bleed manpower, he's just trying to be annoying. He isn't taking any like skirmishes that would bleed him a lot.
And due to that, he is indeed being annoying. MG's having to back up and set up facing the other way. Conscripts just calmly sidestep.
Very good play from Nagano. He knows that he can get the MG back to base right now. That was really good positioning.
Yeah, as soon as the MG packs, the second conscript suddenly arrives. And now he has him possibly on retreat. No, Gren's come to the rescue. Good play by both players this far.
Yes, exactly. I really like how Nagano approached this early game. And he knows that he can take this engagement because he's outnumbering the Grenadiers.
Excellent timing of the conscripts coming from the west. And I really like how he came in one, distracted the MG, and then came in with a second 1-2 punch. And now it's Ashablaw that's reeling a little bit. I mean, although Nagano hasn't actually had any fuel, so fair enough.
Also, interesting choice, Ashablaw went for the 4th Grenadier. So dealing the tier 2 a bit, but overall I think against Soviets the 4th Grenadier is really strong, so...
MG sets up with those 3 forward crew members. Gren's lead the fray. We've got combat engineer flamethrower as well now.
He's going for the cutoff again, isn't he? He is.
Certainly is. He doesn't care what this sign says. He's just going to go straight past it.
There's a mine there, though.
Nice.
And there we go. Overall, even with the aggression from from Asha, I think Nogano is playing well around it, I would say.
Certainly is nice positioning of the MG, but the Combat is just able to survive there. We can have a cook-off on Amelie. See who wins.
And Nogano just trying to hold his own cutoff, but I don't think he'll be able to with the MG right there.
Are securing our territory.
Ravena
So
caps.
that's why he's going for the right now.
Yeah, exactly. And the fuel's been taken in the east. It looks like Nagano's taking the cutoff, as DevM rightfully mentioned. So we're having trading on this battlefield at the moment, but Wehrmacht with the MG in the early game, DevM, they tend to have the advantage in an open map like this.
Our opponents are seizing a
Yeah, they do. It can be really brutal. But we see as predicted that Nogano is going for the Zizgan, which will help a bit with the MGs because of the barrage.
The sector has
Yeah, it's crazy that that is how the meta works at the moment. Soviets are able to survive early to mid-game Wehrmacht thanks to the Zis barrage countering MGs. So strange. So the Ashabla is going to build 2 MGs.
And Nogano is going to build 2 Zizgans.
It's going to be Zisguns versus MG Bowl 2021. Let's go. But only on pay-per-view.
Okay, but Asha is doing what he needs right now. He's forcing these engagements because he knows that Nogano is trying to get some units up. So if he keeps the aggression up now, Nogano won't have the resources to reinforce everything. I really like that.
You've had an idea in chat from Creative Name. He did well this tournament, of course. That Asher could be going for a tier 3 rush. It's not off the cards. He has gone for a very large tier 1 thus far and tier 0.
I don't think that he can afford to rush tier 3. He doesn't have the fuel for it, and he knows that he's going to need a counter for the light vehicle that might be coming.
We'll have to see. Pioneers forced away. A little bit of moment of tranquility before the devastation. Let's, no, not that button. This button. The stats button. There we go. Of course, Ash has had more of it so far. And we could just quickly check. The points held graph's always a good one just to show that Ash is really starting to take control again now.
Yeah, this has been a really great game from Asher right now. Really good fuel control. She's worrisome for Nogano, obviously.
The enemy is
Fuel
taking
finally being
our
recapped for
territory.
Ash. He's had a lot of standard territory points though, guys. Don't forget, standard territory points equal fuel. 3 per go, and he's had a lot of them. So his fuel economy should be pretty decent. No, it's light mechanized. Of course it is. I'm on Team DevM now. Screw Creative Name and his comments. No tier 3 rush.
Securing our territory.
The
Back
problem is
40s
that
all the time,
fuel is
every
not
time.
the only factor here. Is that Ash is playing really aggressive, and the manpower to tech to tier 3 is also somewhat costly. So it's always like a weird balance between keeping our units in the field and teching.
Rifle nade on retreats. Oh, that was a
That
good
was
one.
good nade.
At your disposal.
Just look at the aggression though, and we now have the Zizgan because Nogano is worried about light vehicle.
Sector.
And that isn't going to help that much against the Grenadier squads.
Has arrived.
Seems to me that Wehrmacht are in such a good place, an elite level player right now. 53% win rate in this tournament, and to be honest, in top level Co 2, that means something.
These mines on the cutoff from Nogano are really good.
Gets him again. That's a real damaging one. Look at the health on those Grens.
Yeah, the manpower damage to those also is really nice. Like, if every time that he steps on that cutoff he gets 2 models down, it's really good.
Maybe a sneaky Zis barrage to finish the job.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
coming in, the Zizgan is coming in.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Okay, he retreats the Grenadiers.
Low health Grens on the west side also. Conscripts are able to take the fuel there, but Asher now has reconnected fuel in the east. Meanwhile, combat engineers are flanking, but oh, what a setup of the MG42. Ready for any eventuality.
Lies on top of things right now. Although, this is the time in the game where Soviets start to stabilize more or less.
Our sector.
Nogano just needs some kind of MG now, like a Dishtra or to tech, one of those.
BP control wise, it's pretty even out there. 458 versus 447. Mine and Molly combo. And there's another mine to take out the Pioneer. There we go.
These mines from Nogano this game have been really good. We do have Grenadiers coming out of the base sector with low health, because obviously the bunker just got upgraded now.
Sector.
This will give time for Nogano to just get back into the map.
Yep, well said by Almond in chat. 60 munitions well spent. Nice little squad wipe there to help things out.
Yeah, and the T-70 isn't too far away right now. Obviously, Ashabla will need the pack gun soon.
Techno drum of the 222 is at work in the east, but he doesn't want to hang around for too long because he doesn't know where the Zis is. So he uses the Gren to try and spot and forces away the Zis gun. That's what he was worried about.
Yeah, it's really good when you see players using Grenadiers and their units to screen for the light vehicles and the AT guns. You know that you are watching a top level game.
More mines being planted. He uses 2 combat engineers to plant rapid succession mines these days, does Nagano. And it just means you've got less likelihood of being spotted because you plant them so much faster. It's really advanced level thinking for Kotu.
Yeah, it is.
Trading rifle nade for Zis barrage there, but everyone gets out more or less okay. Little bits of them missing, etc. And maybe some of their friends dead, but with a bit of counseling, they'll be fine.
What is this? We have never seen this before. A T-70 from Soviets?
Ah, yes, this was added in the latest patch. They found some files that Relic hadn't used. Little tank here for the Soviets, so see how that works out.
Yeah, not sure how good this light vehicle is.
First little voyage into the battlefield. 2 kills, not too shabby. A lot of health damage as well. Asher needs to be careful. There we go. That's why. No victory point is worth, well, maybe sometimes, but definitely not in 12 minutes. Not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it was worth it. I think it's also sometimes it's worth it just because of the mind games, you know, like you don't scare me. I'm not scared of your T-70. But overall, yeah, it's hard to reinforce those Grenadiers.
Talamine here on the road there.
Yeah, I'm sure if...
I can actually see this one, DevM. It's very visible, very easy to see.
You are now on top of the Pioneers just to see if they plant any Teller mines.
I've been following them all game. The fans are in disarray, they hate it, but we've seen it now, it's fine.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Nice sandbag.
These MCs are being really annoying from Asha. Nogana wants to get the fuel, but 2MGs just preventing the capping.
Yeah, Nagano's able to push. Oh, there you go. There's that MG DevM was predicting, the one in the garrison there. So really stopping him getting close to the fuel. Just certainty, of course, the tier 3 Ostwind Stug combo is so close.
We also have the pack on sandbag clearing duty right now. That's really good.
Yeah, we hate the sandbags on frontline infantry, of course. Anybody with a brain and a pair of eyes.
I think that Nogana actually has built himself up to have a really comfortable position right now. You can see that in terms of manpower, actually is struggling much more to get those Grenadiers always coming back into the field versus the cheap conscript squads.
Mine detonates. 222 is going to be out of the picture for a while there. DevM, I have a theory that some nerfs are actually buffs. You know the nerf to the T-70? It was actually a buff, and I'll tell you why. It makes you play more conservatively with it. It's one shot, one kill potential means you don't go chasing squads on retreat anymore. So your T-70 just acts like you know, like an old M8 from Co 1, just chilling out behind garrisons, taking people out on the peripheries. And it means it really gets to Veteran C3 a lot in top level play these days. And it's because you're forced to be more conservative with it. What do you think about my theory?
Yeah, not too sure about your theory.
Oh, never liked my theories. I think it's true.
300 points.
Screw you, DevM. I'm going home. I don't like it anymore.
We are losing a sector.
I'm kind of trying to be cheeky again, getting the feel. We might have a wipe from the T-70. No, never mind. He doesn't chase the Grenadier squad.
Everyone in chat's like, whatever you're smoking, I want it too. I just noticed these things. T-70s, people have been chill with them. They're not just dying. It used to be like your T-70, you're like, oh, Gren, I'm going to chase it all the way to the base every time. You know, now they just like chill out. They go from west to east, have a nice time, get a picnic out, listen to the radio, get Veterancy 3. I know I'm right. I don't care about the 99.9% of humanity.
This guy understands you though, so
Oh, good on
you have someone.
That's it. It's not an actual... It is an actual nerf, but it's behavioural change that it causes. Thank you, guy. Good man. Takes a true mega mind. Anyway, let's get back to the gameplay. It has been stagnant. It's not just... he picks his moments to be an idiot these days, and he knows when the play is subsiding slightly. Bren's... I tell you what, they've got a good vantage point on retreat of these conscripts here.
They do. They're trying to get the Siskin though, but the T-70 is right there to protect.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
I think right now, Nogano is just really trying to get the tier 4 units out before he's too aggressive.
Our opponents are seizing.
But I did tell you, AE, we were in for a good game as Soviets, because I do feel like we are going to see some Katyushas and AT-gun walls.
Oh, yes. We always love double AT gun Katyusha. The same reason that AE doesn't like 2 versus 2 and only watches 1 versus 1 is now the reason that 1 versus 1 is 2 versus 2. It's double AT guns for everybody. Do you like rocket artillery all the time, every time?
Join the 2v2 team.
Welcome to tournaments in 2021, indeed, yeah. No, it is fun, and it is still very compelling to watch. But we are now living in the age of double AT guns. Oh, well dodged there by Nagano, keeping the combat engineers in. And what a shot by the T-70, by the way. That thing's already up to 13 infantry kills.
Yeah, we also have 7-man conscript squads now, which are really annoying. Just so beefy.
Oh, beefier than...
You're trying to get an analogy.
No, it's fine. I was going to say, I wanted to say Fat Yarbo because that restaurant does not exist anymore. I was going to say a trip out to Fat Yarbo. Never mind. Don't worry about it, Devin. I'm getting old now, so all my references, I have to check them to see if they're still applicable to modern life. So there's a filtering mode. It's not very efficient. Oh, anyway, so I need Ed 80 Hertz is always good with the analogies. He's always 1-2s me. Comes in with some reference. He doesn't care if nobody gets his references. Anyway, let's go back to reality as the T-70 versus Grenadier goes forward for a moment. That could prove fateful. Just about gets out with there. A full bill of health. Minus 2 soldaten.
Coming out, but Nagano has more than enough manpower to get the second AT gun now.
Alright, Conscripts versus LMG Grenadier. He's got Veterancy 2 on all 4 of them now. He's very consistent as Mr. Asher.
Yes, he is. Just not sure why Nagano feels like he needs to float so many resources.
My god. 850 manpower. That could be a guard squad, maybe? Could, I don't know. He knows that the Panther IV is coming, so there could have already been a second Ziscon. Makes me think the replay is desynced when I see that. There he goes.
Maybe he's saving resources for the double Panther call-in.
Oh, there you go. He actually goes for the Zis and T-34 85 call-in. There we go. Not a bad combo.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think his next unit is a Katyusha there. Must be.
Here first.
T-70 is scouting around.
With his, his recon mode enabled, as is the Panzer IV skating around, he uncovers the sandbags. And, oh, what a shot on the conscripts on retreat there. He could track them here, DevM. He's going to get in position to get another shot off here.
No, never mind. He's making a really good push.
He is, look at that. He's got a little bit of everything there. He's got spotting, he's got anti-infantry, he's got anti-tank, he's got a tank.
I think that the T-34-85 might caught him off guard. Not sure if he's expecting that.
This barrage could help as well. T-3485 comes on the western side. We've got Zis is lined up also. There it is. There's that salvo I was expecting. 222 down.
That 2-2 is a really good unit to have in the late game stages of the game. That's a really big loss.
Ren's suffering. T-34 advances now. Nagano's pegged back, but he's fighting on the back foot. Oh, but what a shot. Double salvo there by the Panzer IV pack combo. Needs to get the follow-up shots. He gets one in. Gren couldn't be there with the Faust mispositioned. Here comes the Vet 3 T70 trying to find an angle on the Pack 40. Has he overextended himself?
I don't think so, but that was closer than it should be. That was risky.
Have to take risks sometimes.
70's on cleanup duty right now against the Grenadiers.
Certainly as Panzer IV threatens to make the T70 overstay its welcome. Double Zisk gun line up. He's got a lot of fuel as Asher. Where's he going to go with that, Dev?
Not too sure if it's... I don't think that he'll go for the Tiger, like Nagano did. He's either going to take for tier 4, or he's going to get second P for it. One of those. We'll see how he proceeds.
Yeah, I'm thinking that a lot of people go for Panther recently, but also it's a very good map for a Stug. It's got nice open channels. You know, it's not a bad option, but it doesn't have the manpower. And he's not going to do that, DevM. But it could be a Panther maybe in the future, I'm thinking.
I don't think that, at least as the next unit, it's going to be the Panther. Because he needs something right now to deal with maybe the pushes from the T-3485. So either a second P4 or a second Pack-gun is going to be the next unit, I think.
I'd hope so, but I'm thinking you might make that mistake, DevM. That's what I'm worried about. I don't think you're wrong, mate. That's the right decision. But I'm thinking Asher's already got Battle Phase 3. He hasn't built tier 4 quite yet though, so he has the option to, of course. T-3485 reigning terror here on the west side. We've got Molotovs versus Grenadiers. We've got 3 little engagements all over the place. We've got T-70 getting Fausted. Panzer IV could follow up. We've got the MG finally getting unrooted. That's going to get pushed away. But the Grenadiers win in the west.
From Nagano right now, he's really forcing Ash's hand. And we do have the Katyusha to counter that Pack-gun.
Oh, yes. Let's get a little bit of Stalin organ action. We had rocket artillery from the Allies in the first game by way of Kalai EOP. Now it's the original OG. It's the Katyusha rocket launcher.
I think that Asha actually has intentions of going for the Tiger, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. I don't think it's going to be great against a double AT gun and an 85. Especially with Mark Target being on that commander.
So instead of Terminator Collapse, we're going to do a slide whistle, like... or something. You don't think it's exciting this time? This Tiger... Because you're a Nagano fanboy, DevM, all of a sudden the Tiger represents failure. It's just a failure machine. It's not exciting anymore. It's not 64 tons of Krupp stall and devastation.
It's going up against double AT gun, so... I don't know. I think it's risky. I don't think it's very risky.
It's a logical, analytical argument, DevM. I did not invite you here today. Your prowess as a 3-time world champion.
We have... oh goddamn, you missed it. We have like a Grenadier standing in the med bunker in Ash's base all this time. That was funny.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Guarding the base.
That's a classic misclick there. Right, Katyusha's lined up. First volley down. On a nice situation here. However, the first shots are so scattered. Max range scatter at your heart. That's not good.
Sling shot.
Oh dear. 5 was thinking about going for a little flank there. Panzer IV in the centre. Faust off on the T-70. Panzer IV follows up. We've got a Zitz guns ready though. We've got conscripts on the retreat path also. This could be a trap for the Panzer IV. He misses his attack. He misses his attack indeed. We've got LMG Grenadiers set up. Looks like everything's going to survive for now. Thanks to the Panzer Tactician spoke there, DevM.
Spam esports ready in chat for that miss.
How'd you remember your misses versus Love Nest on this map?
Yeah.
That was so bad. What were you thinking? You guys must have seen that on YouTube or Twitch before DevM went on a big assault against Love Nest and Every shot missed.
I'm used to Company of Heroes not rewarding me for my very good plays.
Says the 3-time world champion winner of over $10,000. Yeah, terrible. Never rewarded, ever.
Where's my luck?
Patrons, just stand by, guys. We don't need you anymore. DevM's no, I'm just joking. Mostly Sega and stuff money that you won. Warpaint champions, you won DLC money if I remember correctly, DevM. All these skins.
I won many relic coin. Those
Yeah,
are very valuable.
You got paid in relic supply. Indeed.
Yeah. Don't miss a single commander.
Right, so we've got the T-34s up to 8 infantry kills, got 2 double Zisk gun set up, Gren's push forward, but look at that victory point disparity there, Devon. I mean, Nagano's sitting on 354 versus 187. Faust combo with the pack, slightly mistimed there. Katusha returns fire. Oh dear, I don't like this a damn bit.
Yeah, right now I'm certain that Ash is going to go for the Tiger, and I think it's going to be a mistake. Yeah, I feel like Nagano is... I'm going to call it. I think that's going to be the 2-0 just because of the unit composition.
You know, takes a top-level player mind to kind of take these unit compositions and say who he thinks has got a better one, but it is such a delicate balance, isn't it? Getting your anti-infantry and your anti-tank right. Here we go, we've got T-34, Conscript, triple Gren, all in the same predicament.
Like the cheeky Molotovs from Nagano just before he retreats. Although we do have Asha now pushing in. How the Pakan is going to try and get the T-34-85, although I don't think it will be enough. No, he targeted the T-70 instead.
Yeah, just about survives there. Oh, and here it is, for God's sake. 800,000 Reichmarks spent foolishly on over-engineered units that spent 95% of their time in mechanical downtime. They could have built Stugs, they could have built Panzer IVs, but for the freedom of Europe, we're so glad they invested in these over-engineered marvels of the Führer's deepest, darkest fantasy. What a rubbish tank, DevM.
That's a nice way to hype and dehype at the same time.
That's because you dehyped it. I had to go for the anti-Tiger hype.
Look at this. It went into the center and got 2 shots in, and now it's a front. That was his investment. He just went into the center of the map, got 2 shots, and just backed out. And now it needs like 2 years to repair it back up.
There you go. Never done an anti-Tiger hype before, so that was new. Still reinventing ourselves 9 years in. We've got to keep it up, DevM. We've got to keep the content fresh, my friend.
Yeah, can never be too predictable. Got to keep it fresh.
Oh, big Katusha volley here on the repairing Pioneers. What Pioneers?
If it would take 2 years to repair now it takes 10 years.
Oh my god. Pack 40 may not be recrewed as well.
Oh,
but we've got a Panzer IV going in for the Katusha indeed. Oh, he's focusing on the T-34 though.
This is bad.
Oh, double Zis follow up. But there's the frag bomb. Oh yes, Zis is down. Panzer IV also down. Oh.
I think he retreated the engineers, but we do have the conscripts coming in to get the Zis guns back.
Will they get them though? Tiger's on duty.
He got 1 of them, but it's not enough.
MG's setting up. Asher does not want to die quite yet, Devon. There's 720 manpower he won't be seen again.
Both of them. It's really good. But again, Nagano has so much manpower to get those Zis guns back.
This game's wide open, Devon, thanks to that one frag bomb. It was nearly all over for Ashu. 2-0 down in the best of 5. And all of a sudden, he's still in it.
But again, I think that as soon as Nagano rebuilds the Zis gun, Ashavla won't be able to push.
This Tiger's really close to Veterancy 1. Don't forget, Devon, when a Tiger gets to Veterancy 3, it's basically GG. If you've still got an army alive, that is.
Yeah, but I think that especially in this map, if Nogano eventually gets SU-85, still a very good tool to keep the Vet 3 Tiger away. I
Save
just
that.
think that the Mark vehicle ability is really good at dealing with heavy tank.
Let's go over to a live action replay, courtesy of Zany Zap in chat there, and see the. Oh, double Zis follow up, but there's the frag bomb! Oh yes, Zis is down. Panzer 4 also down. Oh,
Yeah,
double
there we
Zis
go.
follow up, but there we go. Nice frag bomb there. Thank you,
It
Zany.
even got the T-34.
Live action replay as we go back over to the live action now. 30 minutes into this game, DevM. Let's take stock of the armies as we have a reconnaissance mode actually for Asher, which will help us survey the situation. Just see what we're looking at.
Tiger coming in, he's feeling good about the T-34-85.
Stay low, they've spotted us indeed, but they've spotted the opponents as well with that Stuka giving vision overhead. We've got such an interesting composition. We have look at all these tanks. We've got now a second, exactly as DevM just called it, second T-34-85 for Nagano. And 4 conscripts, and what a build order that is. 93 pop cap, extremely well spent and dispersed. He's got an answer to every question.
The Tiger missed the shot on the Katyusha. That's so unlucky.
No. And now eats shots from the sides. Meanwhile, we have an infantry standoff, like Waterloo almost. Got incendiary rounds versus T-70 on the west. It's all igniting right now. Tiger backs on out of there. T-70 could finish off the MG.
3 MG might be going down, yeah.
There it goes. Meanwhile, conscripts versus Grenadiers, they're forced away. Victory points could turn in Nagano's favor once more.
Now the big problem with the Tiger again, like it's going to take ages to repair the Tiger. And Nogano can just get an SU-85 if he wants, or a second AT gun. Yeah, it's just being overrun in every part of the map right now.
The Wolves are at the door indeed. The pack defends him for now, but look at the health damage from that T-34 with 13 infantry kills coming in from the east side. Did I say 13? I meant 14 infantry kills. We've got a Vet 1 Pioneer slowly repairing the Panzerkampfwagen 6 to action readiness.
Slowly but steadily, Asher really needs that Tiger.
One-man Grenadier going into the western side. What's Asherblaw thinking? T-70 goes off recon mode. Oh, he was spotting for the Pak-40. My bad. What a genius all of a sudden.
I don't think that Nogano can ever complain about luck again after the miss on the T-70 earlier and the miss on the Katyusha now.
Oh my god, yeah. He's had some bad misses, has Asherblaw. Got tanks ready for action in the north. They do have crew repairs, don't forget, so no worker unit woes for them. We also got Katyusha ready to fire once more. This thing has 12 infantry kills.
Yeah, it has been doing a really good job, I think. At least applying pressure to Asherblaw's position.
Big shame for Nagano that he was not able to cap that western victory point. I mean, he's not really put 20 victory points of dent. All that work, DevM, he could have really forced Asherblaw down. I think he should have fought harder maybe for the western victory point. What do you think?
I think that he's playing it safe. He knows that his unit composition will eventually win the game, so he's okay with playing a bit more passive if he needs to.
Yeah, why not conserve yourself for the third game of this best of 5? Indeed, everything's just about surviving here. We are Grenz ducking and diving. However, here comes the T-34 cleanup operation on aisle 5. We've got Wehrmacht units. They've spilled all over the place.
It's down. We'll probably have the Zizgan advancing now and the mark target soon on the Tiger.
Bouncing everything at the moment. Grenz surviving on that light cover. Craters in the centre. Tiger goes forward. There's no follow-up for Asher. There's nothing he can do, and the T-34s outnumber him.
got the back gun back up.
Taking our
Those
territory.
bounces though.
Vet 2 on the Tiger now. We start to get some Tiger bonuses out there, Dev.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake that Nogano isn't using these resources to get a counter out for the Tiger. So he's basically giving vet to the Tiger while he doesn't have a good way to really kill it.
Grenslow on the west side. Lucky to survive there. Vet 3 helping him out a little bit.
VPs are coming down though, that's almost 100 VPs for Asha, not much to work with.
No, he's getting the MG into the center desperately. The VPs are quite tight together on this map, Amelie, so he can afford to like keep the Tiger between them and do a lot of work with it. Good shot by the pack there. Gren's gonna tag in.
Situation. 100 points remaining.
Yeah, just I'm interested to see what Ash is going to do. I feel like he's on that slippery slope right now where he needs to invest in P4s and just spam them. And I hope that eventually he can get a good push in. He can't
Tiger's really
afford
solid.
to tech.
Yeah, indeed. That 88mm cannon now with the high explosive rounds just doing work. It's got higher frequency of fire thanks to Veterancy 2. Victory points are halted at 94. Here comes a T-34 flanking round. Tiger's quick to reverse though. Gets a good shot on the rear. Where's the follow-up? Another T-34 comes in, as does the Ziscon. Got a damaged engine, however. Was that a
Not sure what he's
Telemine?
doing here. No, it wasn't.
Must be a long-range Faust from somewhere.
Yeah, not sure
Or
about his
target
push.
No.
He doesn't have the munitions for target weak points, so that's another problem right now.
The first tank kill for the Tigers coming in, but the Grens could die as well. Needs
No
those
shot,
Grens to
Katyusha.
survive. Katyusha's on the MG. Tiger gets the tank. Grens survive. Looks like Asher won those engagements there, DevM.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that push was from Nogano. He didn't have marked target to deal meaningful damage against the Tiger, and he didn't have the conscripts following up the push.
However, he's now back to that single Pioneer.
Either way, I
Veterancy 1
think.
repair time. With this
You know-
time, it could be a triple cap, DevM. It
I
could
think
be a
to be.
triple cap, so he doesn't have time to repair the Tiger. He's going to have to keep that thing in action against a Ziscon and a T-34-85.
Yeah, even though Nogano lost a T-34-85 for what felt like nothing, he's still applying the pressure, and VP is coming down.
All importantly, the marked target's coming down as well, so the Tiger is forced to reposition.
75 points.
Yeah, he's just going to leave the conscripts in the VP now.
Oh,
never mind.
Tiger down from
Wait,
Zis
how did
fire
that
from
go
the
down?
side. Huh? That was so quick with the marked target weak points. And Asher drops from the game. He didn't look after his Tiger, so his Tiger no longer remains. 61 victory points, and he throws in the towel. 2-0 to Nagano. Say it, Dev.
GG, everyone. Tiger, that's different.
yeah, we're just talking about our Tiger models, everyone. I've got a Deutsch Africa Core Tiger. And if you can see DevM, I'll just point to where it is. Somewhere over here. He's got a King Tiger as well. So
Yeah, I
we're
do have a
we're-
King Tiger.
We're now like Tiger friends.
But I think we can learn from that game that never use the Tiger unless you are somewhat ahead.
It's not a comeback vehicle. It's something you have to support. It's, as I say, it's like building a Death Star. You have to be the Empire before you bloody build it. There's no point like being on the back foot thinking, oh, I'll build a super weapon. You know, you need to get the core basics right first and be in control. It's
Exactly.
not like it used to be back in the day, DevM, where it was a call-in, and well, it's still a call-in, but when it was the call-in that got you back into the game, it's not like that anymore.
I think you can get away with the Tiger more against USF and maybe Brits, but against Soviets, they tend to have like the Tegan wall and the Su-85 more than the other factions.
Big shout out to some of the people in chat. We've got Romeo, Ipkai Fungs, Alpern, and also K-Pen. Some cracking legends of the community. And yeah, it's 2-0 to Nagano. Ashablar's played really well, but Nagano's just played that little bit better.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was afraid of, because I do think Soviets in that map are a bit better. So I think that's just from the get-go, from the faction choice. Nagano had a better choice at winning this, just from there.
I tell you what, the next map is, let's have a look at this, Mill Road. So if we see 2 allied wins, but no, that makes no sense, sorry. Yeah, we just see a Soviet win, didn't we? Yeah, but at least if it is Ashablar on his allies, his USF, he has a really good chance on Mill Road, DevM. You can get straight back into this on that particular map, but as may want to, we're gonna have to see the look of the roll there. Let's see if he gets to play USF first, because he needs a little bit of advantage being on such a moral disadvantage now.
Yeah, now I would say that if Ash wants to go for USF, Mill Road is a really good map for USF. So I feel more comfortable in saying that with USF, you might get a win now on Mill Road.
But we just don't know about the choices. Let's go and check out the chat and see who had... Nagano's let Asher choose. That's nice of him. Nagano's
Very
let
friendly
Asher
of him.
choose. Yeah, very friendly of him. If I was him, I would have gone USF and he could have 3-0'd this. No, it's not that easy, obviously, but we just know some maps favour different styles of play. Amelie slightly favours Wehrmacht. We're talking like maybe 55-45. And then Mill Road is kind of the same in reverse for USF. And not so much Soviets, but definitely USF.
Yeah, I think that USF on the Mill Road is a really good map for them. But again, I wouldn't discard Austria on that map as well, because Austria right now is just so good.
Definitely. Alright, dudes, we're going to be gone for 5 minutes now, and we'll be straight back with you with Game 3 of this fantastic best of 5. Cheers. that's right. Just as we introduced Game 2, talking about Asherblar being down on his luck. Now DevM, he's truly down on his luck. Is he about to be absolutely out of this tournament? Because Nagano's riding high on a wave of just consummate play, isn't he, DevM?
We are on the decider game now, and I'm starting to question some of Ash's choices, but he did pick Soviets now, like Nogano did in the previous game, so he must be feeling confident on Soviets on this map.
Yeah, it's a big surprise to us. He has gone for Lend-Lease tactics, DevM, a commander you've got a lot of use out of in this particular tournament. Talk us through what that offers a player.
Yeah, so with Lend-Lease, you obviously don't have the mini AT guns, but either way, usually Soviet players now go for the ZIS guns to get the barrages in, so you always have that AT. So you have the Dishpra for the anti-infantry, which is really good, and at some point you can start spamming the allied supply drop to get the M4C Shermans in much quicker.
Gren's pouring onto the map. We've got Pioneers building sandbags on the fuel. Meanwhile, Conscripts capping their own fuel and just looking for possibly to join the fighting on the other side of this MG. But this MG is really deep in from Nagano. He plays really deep with his MGs. He allows other units to spot for them.
I do like what Asha did here, though. So you went with an engineer through the center of the map just so he could see where Nagano was going. Just let the conscripts do the capping.
Pretty cool stuff. Using a lot of good spotting in the game at the moment. Asher, he's gone for 3 conscripts. No signs of mollies. Just looking to play with the Moz and Nagants for now. Slowly work his way into the battlefield.
See the conscript coming in through the center. I think he might be looking into flanking that MG, but not sure.
Yeah, he's going to find Grenadiers in the meantime. This is the small moments of opportunity before the 3rd Grenadier hits. So this is when you can push with 3 conscripts and make it happen.
He's choosing to be more defensive right now.
Yeah, he's battling from behind. Heavy cover at the moment and a bit of light cover in the north. Slowly working his way into things. No need for extra aggression. He's going to wait for the 4th conscript.
It's now creeping forward in the north against the Grenadier squad, and I feel like with the 4 conscript out, we are going to see a push soon.
Yeah, here it comes going into the southeastern quadrant. Looking to possibly get an angle on this Grenadier. Where's the MG? So the MG's in the center.
In the center. Well positioned.
Certainly is. Pioneers get close quarter combat speciality against the conscripts. And looks like the Gren and the Pioneers will win this. Asher's bleeding a lot of manpower. And he hasn't really found an angle. He's forced away on every single front right now. He has 1 unit still on the battlefield, and it's this 4-man conscript. 4 retreats were won by Nagano there.
Yeah, this is a brutal early game for Ash already. He didn't even win a single engagement anywhere. I feel like he's playing too disjointed, too separate.
Yes, I was about to say that. All of his units were spread out. He didn't get any 2 versus 1s. He had the momentary 3 conscripts versus 2 grenadiers advantage, if you can evade the MG, that is. But he just didn't seem to capitalize.
We have in chat someone saying, conscripts so useless. I disagree. We saw Nagano putting them to good effect in the early game last game.
Don't give forum warriors facts, DevM. Don't do it. Not worth it.
But yeah, Nagano already denying the fuel for Ashabla early on. And the problem is in this map especially, if you do get fuel advantage and the light vehicle advantage, it's so good because the map is so wide, the light vehicles just dominate.
Yeah, it's a wide map, well spread, a lot of flanking angles and some really good sight and shot blockers in the centre. Which creates such a good spread of play. In this case, we do have low health for Nagano right now, so if Asher could execute a flank, he's got the flamethrower engineers ready, so he could be ready right now. He's got the fuel as well. Let's see if he can spot these units and get an angle on them. Just have the possibility, just can't see what we can see, and that is the caster's curse in many ways.
That is correct, yes. I think Dasha right now is just struggling to find where Nogano is. You can see the engineer coming through the center and entering the house. He's just looking for the MG. And I think he's
Yeah.
going to find it right now.
He is, and there he is. So he's found the attack we wanted, but he's a conscript short now. However, the combat engineers will be able to get the flamethrower in operation. Here it is. Scout car's probably going to come to save the day. MG's going to hard retreat. So it's all cat and mouse mind games at the moment, DevM. No actual killing, just constant repositioning and trying to find an angle.
I'm kind of worried for Asha because I don't see a good counter for the 2-2 that just hit the field.
Yeah, more dominance going to come in for Nagano, especially against these conscripts in the south. Asha does have the nade package. There you go, DevM. He has a soft counter, at least. If you can get the distances right.
We'll see, we'll see. He'll obviously try to stall the 2-2 with green cover and 18 nades, but right now I'm not seeing the engineer coming back to base to build tier 2 or even anything really.
Molly on the Pioneers unveiling the package, which you can get a civil offence for and restraining order. It is possible.
Oh, there we go. He's going for the Distra to actually counter the 2-2.
Interesting.
That's one way to do it.
Dushka, of course, costs 300 manpower, so it's a hefty investment, but you do get a lot of use out of it. Of course, 6-man MG with a lot of DPS.
Yeah, it's a very good unit, I would say. Obviously, it can do good damage to the 2-2, and at the same time, it's really good against Grenadiers.
More pressure now from Nagano. Passage of map control coming in the Russians' favour. He's capping the victory points. He's pushing into the fuel scenario.
You can really see that Asha is trying to stall Naganos with every conscript squad that he can, like delaying the retreats all the time.
Dushka set up. 2-2-2 comes to Tango.
Yeah.
Oh, runs into an 18-aid though. There it is. Damaged engine.
Okay, very good. That's going to stall the action of the 2-2 for a while now. Not sure where the Pioneer is. Okay, it's on the south part of the map.
Yeah, he's far out of the picture. He's going to have to get there before he gets any bullets fired in. He's very low on health. Meanwhile, Grens can't make it. They're going to lose a lot of health to that Dushka. Finally, they're pinned. MG42 set up, though. Conscripts coming for a flank.
We have another engineer out. I'm not sure. Asha has two ways he can go about this, but I feel like the most likely is that he's going to go straight up to tier 3 for the T-70.
Dushka has already gotten 2 kills as the conscripts try and encircle the MG position. Meanwhile, 222's repaired now and ready for action.
Yeah, here we go. We also have conscripts coming to the right now. Maybe we'll try to decap the field.
Could do good. Getting the victory point at the moment though. Just wants to get back into the victory point battle. He's already down to 384.
Not sure about the back end though. I feel like it's too early for the pressure that Nogano applied. It's not going to have a target for some time, especially because we don't have a single building yet for Asha.
Unless he goes for the M5 assault group, which I have seen used by a certain Polish prodigy, which you probably don't want to hear about right now, DevM. He didn't use it in your games though, did he, Kimbo? The M5 assault group.
No, he did not. He played the standard build earlier.
Oh, hey, with the with the calls there, the M5 assault group is the choice for Ashablar. He's been to the Polish school of engineering, it seems, and yeah, we've got assault guard troops. What do you have you used these yourself, DevM? Have you had a try?
I have. They actually are pretty good. The only problem is, like with every kind of elite unit, is that they bleed a lot.
Oh, he disembarks them and he's getting the meat chopper, affectionately known as the meat chopper, not by the Germans, by the way.
I do like the M5 choice, because I think that it's actually superior to the T-70 in many ways, right now.
That's good.
the damage that it does against units in green cover is really good.
We've got a mine detonated somewhere there. Oh no, this is the... He's got the mortar half-track out for Nagano. Seen a little bit of non-meta in Game 3. Very exciting stuff, just to see them tear up the rulebook a little bit.
What's this? We have a mortar half-track from Nagano. That's new.
Yeah. No, damaged engine in. This is the AE effect. You catch 2 games with AE, you no longer hear what he says. I completely understand DevM.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted by the mortar half-track. I was like, wait, what's this choice? What did he say?
No, I said the mortar half-track was on the field.
Oh, I didn't hear that, yeah. Yeah, sorry,
That's alright, dude.
Vision in the mortar half-track.
It's so beautiful, you're like a moth to the flame indeed. Dushka sets up in face of the 2-2-2. This could be good. This could be good. No, the mortar's there to cause the damage. He needs to get out of there. This thing is merciless.
It's actually working. It
is.
Some damage.
So, a Mosin Nagant rifles here, pushing away an entire Grenadier squad and tagging out for their cousins.
Yeah, Mashallah wants that VP back.
Track nearly up to Veterancy 1 already, giving it that overdrive ability. A little bit of Twitsy action, possibly.
The thing with the M17 is that it actually gets fed fairly quickly. So I think we'll see this sit fed 3 in this game for sure.
Yeah, at this rate, unless the pack can finally start landing shots. You know, conscripts behind light cover there, but the mortar, if it gets him on the next shot, could be devastating. Pack can't find a shot there, DevM. I think he must have found one at some point, but not for a while.
Actually, is really playing well with scouting for the pack, and you saw the engineer coming into the building, so you could see when the pack was approaching. Just the little details.
Oh, talking about little details, gods are anything but little with those PPSH's. Pack does find the M17 finally. There is no Faust, however. Here come the gods, so they're gonna find
This is a very good push.
It's really good. Pack 40's not neutralized, however. Gods turn their attention on the Grenadiers. They throw a grenade, easily dodged by the Russian heavyweight.
Hey. But he's still applying the pressure, which is what he needs.
Certainly does. Needs to be all pressure. Constant aggression. Does Ashablaw. Can't afford to let Nagano settle in like he did those last 2 games. A settled Nagano is a dangerous Nagano.
Yeah, that's my fear, is that he lets Nagano stabilize again like he did in the first game.
He's not even got any big wins quite yet. He's just had some shock tactics with the M17. It's certainly worked well. And the gods, there's that reinforcements cost, by the way. It's 27, just higher than the conscripts, of course, and obviously with a lot to reinforce. You know, 7 manpower more than the conscripts per go. Just really puts a bit of grind into the Soviet manpower economy.
Nagano now creeping forward, finally getting some map back after all that pressure from Ashablaw.
Not a bad way to clear a mine there. MG down to 3 men.
Oh no, it's the best way. I disagree with you there. There was a time where I didn't even need sweepers.
Gods go forward. These guys have got 4 kills. They're more than enough of a psychological deterrent for the Grenadiers. They give up warfare. Return home. M17 gets to Veterancy 2 already.
Yeah, there we go. That Vet 2 does give improved mobility. And I think, that's going to be an 18-8. This 2 is definitely in this position.
2 18-8s, and the PPSHs will finish the job here.
I think it's going to go down for sure. There is no way it survives.
Oh, get some fall-away shots on the M17. There's no follow-up though.
Yeah,
here are the gods now.
And we have a
Pack
flank as
40's
well
in.
from the Ward squad.
We do indeed. The Dushka did go down, however. M17 is going to reverse into the situation. Gods advance. MG42 resets up here.
Oh no, the pack got a shot in before it got decrewed. That was unlucky.
What a shot that was. M17 down. Pack from... Oh my, how far away was that? You're kidding me, DevM. Surely not. How's that possible?
It was, I don't know. Like, that last man was just so brave.
So brave. He used a homing missile, but look at the aggression here from the gods. They get rid of the MG. The bigger story here is an MG. Yes, it's going to be costly to reinforce, but getting that is a good one. Gren's
That's
low as well.
really good. I don't know. These decrews are really important. If he gets that pack gun, that's such a huge advantage for Ashabla.
Molly on the pack gun. Moz in the Gant rifles close in. Grenz go through the flames for a moment there. He's keeping up the pressure. The mortar only has 4 kills. And there he goes. He possibly gets it. He's going to keep the pressure on. Where's the Wehrmacht army? Can he get the pack gun? It looks likely. Ashabla could be back in this series with the material possessions. Now in his itinerary. Although the conscripts aren't on this planet anymore. But
That's a solo model from the conscripts.
Our foes have 300 points
those
remaining.
heroes. Imagine hearing from your commander, guys, could you kind of, you know, maybe die? Just so we could possibly take the pack. Is that okay?
No, this is some really good strategy from Mashallah because he got so many new support weapons that he doesn't want to reinforce an extra conscript squad, so he just he lost it.
By the way, I think packs weigh something ungodly. I think they're like a ton or something. When they say we ate the horses, remember, they really mean it. These guys. Homework chat, could you find me the weight of a pack 40? Thank you.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Nogano does have tier 3 coming up. I think it's the only saving grace, although P4 will probably get countered by the pack gun.
Well, yeah, 1.5 tons, chat says. Rifles ready with the exact number of 1,425 tons. The exact weight of Yo Mama. Sorry,
You know,
pack
I
40.
thought about saying that, but he first said it.
You know that when you
But he
filter in a
went for it
social
anyway.
situation, DevM, when you think, no, I probably shouldn't say this.
Exactly.
Well, I
was
don't
like,
have that mode. It's a feature that was missing from the AE model 1989, you know? They forgot that one. Right, Gren's fighting strong here. Nice rifle nade, takes a lot of health there. Panzer IV is being commissioned.
Yeah. I think that Nagano will be relying on this P4 to do a lot of work, considering that he dropped an MG and a pack gun to the Soviet army.
Ooh, Pioneers versus conscripts there. Got to be careful with those conscripts, I tell you. I know it's
Look
only
at
one
those
MP40.
squads.
Yeah. Guards push in against the Grens. The mortar's now up to 5 kills. Not too sure about that mortar now in hindsight.
What do you mean? It might have not been the best choice?
Yes, indeed.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Mine on the periphery of that victory point there. More excellent flanking. This MG's been rather useless. The second built MG. Oh no,
We
that's
do
the
have,
veteran one. Sorry, he took the second built MG.
Yeah, he did. We do have tier 4 coming in for Asha, so he's going to look into building one of those M4C Shermans soonish.
Oh, look at that mortar round and the MG follow-up from the Panzer IV. There it is, just a little trickle of
Okay.
bullets. Does the job.
The pack gun is going forward to try and save that, but I don't think it will get there in time.
No, Dushka Downs traded for an MG42
Sector.
in the end, at least.
Yeah. The only problem now for Ash is that because of the aggression that he has been able to keep.
Sorry,
Oh, he got-
yeah, he killed his own MG to stop the Grens taking it. So well played by Asher. Dushka's not going to go into Wehrmacht's hands. Mine detonates there, kills 3 Grenadiers.
Oh, these mines been so lethal this series.
Veterans across the armies. A lot of fuel in the bag for Asher. As soon as he gets tier 4 up, he's going to be in Sherman City.
We are losing.
See that he isn't even reinforcing the units that he has in base, he just wants the M4C out right now.
So nothing else. Panzer IV with an excellent shot there, killed 4 conscripts. Up to 8
Yeah.
kills already.
The conscripts engaging the pioneers. We know how that's going to go.
Vet 3 MG42 is Imperious in the centre. The Veteran C1 Soviet MG42 doesn't stand a chance.
Also have the P4 looking for an angle on
Oh,
those
AT
conscripts.
grenade, yes, and Pack 40 combination. Team up on the Panzer IV. How can it escape there? Asher didn't get the timing off. Oh, no. Oh,
Also
rifle
have
nade
the-
on the Vet 3 combat engineers. They survived just about.
I think that Ashe liked to go for a T-34 instead of M4C because he knows that he needs to reinforce a lot of units, so the extra cost is not worth it right now.
Fair enough. These economy-based decisions, very fiscally prudent from Asher Blah.
Yeah. He has so many units to reinforce in base right now.
Yeah, just look at that. Just look at his manpower. He's down to 0 for a moment there, but he does indeed get the 76 mil out. But he's going to be against 2 Panzer IVs. He desperately needs to keep this Pack 40 healthy and gaining veterancy.
Not sure who's ahead in this game, just because I feel the manpower situation for Ashe is very bad right now.
Yeah, it's not looking too healthy. Gren's forced away easily by the T-34. Reconnaissance coming down from Nagano. Let's see what he can see with this Stuka.
Our opponents are seizing a
Pretty much
sector.
everything if he wants to.
I think the main problem with Ashe this series has been kind of highlighted in this game. I think that when he needs to kind of stop the flow of the game a bit so he can get his tech out, he doesn't. He keeps playing aggressive. And then eventually, he has always to make the choice between reinforcing his units or getting the tech out.
Guys, you can't click follow camera on a Stuka. Only on a British glider, that's what I've discovered. Big sad. Never mind. Right, we've got a medium tank off here. What's the name of my Russian uncle? As the Panzer IV pushes away the T-34.
Yeah, T-34 can't really go toe-to-toe with the P4.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Pack 40 goes forward. Got pinned, Gren's forced away. Conscripts flanking. He needs to get back into this victory point situation. Down to 219 now. Good shot by the Pack 40 there. Gains veterancy 1 and target weak pointers accordingly.
Yeah, we
And gets a follow-up.
do have the mortar aft trying to get the back gun, but right now not succeeding.
Another shot by the Pack 40. T-34 goes in. Molotov forces away the MG.
Oh man, this pack is just doing Nagano in.
Oh, veterancy 3 MG possibly down. Can he get the follow-up? Yes, he can with the T-34 splash damage there. Oh no, here comes a frag bomb though. Here comes the frag bomb. Oh, just about dodges with the pack there.
Yeah.
Kills the MG with the
He
pack.
does get the MG with the pack. That pack
Oh.
has...
Needs
like
to keep
two
shield facing
team
this
up and kill.
Terminator Grenadier. LMG Gren comes down and instantly executes the squad. And this guy runs away.
Ashe needs to be careful with that AT gun, because it's the only thing keeping the P4s away. The T-34 isn't enough.
Was the only thing keeping the P4s away. It's very
Hey,
much
yeah,
past tense
exactly.
now, DevM. Very much past tense now as the Panzer IVs are looking to win this series for Nagano. He smells blood. Pack 40's taken back into German hands.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
Oh no. Not again. Yeah. Because he got the pack back, I'm not sure how Ashe is going to deal with this right now. He doesn't have the counters for the P4s. Not like this.
Not like this indeed. You do have an 18 nade in, but no follow-up. It's just a T-34 out there. And the Panzer IVs know it. Nagano knows he doesn't need to do anything else but to soak up Asher Blah's aggression right now.
Just a random conscript squad trying to get the pack and back behind enemy lines.
That's desperation, and he knows it. He's probably going to have to oorah to survive now. More 18-8s though, with this T-34's going in. We do have 3-man squads. It's going to have to be a sacrifice to keep the Pack alive. Conscript still alive. Mortar nearly gets a killing shot in. Oh, he will get the Pack. This is legendary by Asherblaw. This Conscript again sacrificed his life for the Rodina for a,
There we go,
a Pack. He gets it.
He did lose the Conscript squad though, but obviously he needs the Pack more than he does need the Conscript squad right now.
God's really suffering under the LMGs. He throws a grenade. Only a little trickle of health damage, but the bigger picture is this this Pack that's being passed around like a parcel in the frat room right
generations.
now. Yes, indeed, it's a family heirloom at this point. Oh no, the Panzerkampfwagen Zwolf is about to be constructed. This three-headed monster is gonna...
Nagano is preparing for a full-on attack though. With the third P40, and you know that he's looking for that assault really soon.
Oh yes.
And he knows that Asha only has one T-34 to counter the assault, so as soon as he gets past the arc of fire of the Packen, it's GG.
I mean, exclamation mark DevM in chat, guys. One of the things DevM points out in his YouTube series is you cannot afford to float fuel in this game. It just means you've not timed your economy very well. You've not fully utilised all the resources available to you. The fuel's the most, you know, one of the biggest resources going. It's not like either that he's gone for some crazy AT wall, is it, DevM? He's got one AT gun and he stole it off his opponent. So I'm going to suggest having 360 fuel or whatever it was just now is kind of a little bit unforgivable.
Yeah, and he went for another T-34. That, yeah, I would go for the M4C for sure right now, because he needs something that's good against P4s, and the T-34 usually just doesn't cut it, while the M4C is really good dealing with the P4s.
I mean, at the very least, he needs to keep this Pack 40 with more crew members. Needs to do some sick merging. Yeah, exactly. Panzerforce coming in for the kill here. We will have another T-34. He could go around the back. This could either... It's going to have to be a miracle to go in Asherblaw's favour right now. The Pack 40's being decrewed yet again due to only having 3 squad members. Here comes the second T-34, but what can a little tank do in the face of such wanton aggression?
I like that that preference. Yeah, he's just going to kill the gun there.
Couldn't get there in time. And Devon, we're going to have to think about padding out this YouTube video. We're going to have to add some anti-spoiler at the end, because this is looking likely to be a 3-0 at this point. T-34 is down, and he throws in the towel. He taps out.
Oh no,
we ring the bell. Oh no.
He started so well, and it ended so badly.
Hey, do you guys like Nagano versus Isildur? Because I've got crap tons of Nagano versus Isildur coming up next Saturday, as Nagano is back in a grand final. Will it be third time lucky in a world championship scenario for Nagano? We'll have to wait and see. But well played to Asher. He's out of this tournament with third place and $400. Guys, I just wanted to make an appeal here. There is a player called Isildur that he's only made like $6,000 from Company Heroes. No, even more, $10,000, $15,000 from Company Heroes in the last 6 months. So if we can all have a whip round, I believe that there's a Patreon link you can get in chat. We could all, you know, really help a brother out in his time of need. I heard he wants 2 RTX 7000s experimental NVIDIA graphics cards. So if we could all help.
Right? The poor guy, he almost doesn't win anything.
This would be, I think, is how many... I mean, what we want as a community now is Nagano to finally say, I am sick of second place. I am sick to death of it. We want to see Nagano go Super Saiyan. Go like full-on monstrous Nagano mode. And that's what we're going to be looking forward to next Saturday. It's going to be a David and Goliath tale. Isildur versus all of the other players.
It's the score of Nogano versus Isildur. Has he won a series yet?
I don't think so. We're gonna have to check that out. But that's let's give Ashablar the credit where it's due. Joking aside about Isildur's dominance and Nagano again being in a grand final, but as I say, you know, this time we need him to summon every will of fortitude and resistance in his blood, because he's fighting for the community here now. Isildur's a monster. An absolute monster. Let's get the chat up. Sorry, the stats up from the last game, shall we? Have a little look at that. Exclamation mark. Here we go. So, we've got Ashablar's conscripts, pretty damn good. 10,000 damage dealt. But Nagano with the Grens. Everything with the Grens. The Destroyer, the Assassin, the core combatant. Indeed.
Yeah, at some point with the LMGs, it's just so hard to deal with. They are just so efficient.
And there we go. We've got the graphs. There's a 2-to-1 KD. The graphs, army value-wise, just show all the 3 Panzers force. 1 Panzer IV, 2, 3. Points held. I mean, it was a good game. Let's face it, Ashablar played bloody well. But, I mean, DevM, if we just go back to our faces, I think we don't need stats to tell you the story of this series. Ashablar's strategic decision-making wasn't great at times. It let him down. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I think, yeah, his manpower control, like he couldn't control well his aggression. So when he wanted to attack, he wasn't able to because he was just lacking manpower to do so. It felt like he couldn't pace the game well. And Nogano just weathered the storm for like 5 minutes, and eventually just had the right unit composition, and Asha, because he was trying to be aggressive all the time, he couldn't get the right units to then counter what Nogano did. And it felt like in the 3 games this happened.
Yeah, but in credit to Nagano, on the flip side, his build order decision making was tight. He rarely put a foot wrong in this entire series. And I want to say that Ashablar, the micro mechanics and the overall kind of pushing and the reaction times, he had parity mechanically, didn't he? Like, it didn't seem like Nagano was better or Ashablar was worse at all. It just seemed like there were every game. Let's count it. The first game he was USF, and as a team we were both criticizing the Sherman with only one M1AT gun because he didn't he didn't have enough anti-tank capacity. He got his composition wrong. Game 2 was, of course, with the stall for the Tiger, but he wasn't really in a position to stall for a Tiger. Again, getting the composition wrong. And then that third game, DevM, what did he do wrong in that third game? Sorry.
Yeah, in that third game, he started very well with the pushes and stealing the Tegan and the MG, but I think that he tried to go for more trades than he should, and because of that, he let Nogano get the P4 out, and he was far away from his own tier 4 vehicle. And at some point, because he had no manpower, he had to go for a T-34 in order to reinforce his units. And that leaves him vulnerable for a full push, because as soon as that pack gun goes down, you have no way to deal damage to the P4s. No way.
No way. And it's hard to criticize. I mean, he was up against Nagano, for God's sake. Nagano has been top 5 in Company Heroes 2 since 2015. He's always been around there. And he's been a damn decent Company Heroes 1 player also. So, yeah, it's hard to criticize. Ashablar is a tremendous player. And 3rd place in a World Championships is not shabby. It's a really good achievement. And this by the way is Master League's attempt at a World Championships. I don't know if I made that kind of clear, but I didn't want to step on Relic's toes too much, but this is kind of what it is. So yeah, well played to him. Let's have a little look through some history, Devon. Let's get our history books open and go through some brackets, see if we can find previous times Isilda and Nagano have fought. And I will do a tale of the tape if I get chance, like I did for you and Love Nest. 4 apiece, by the way, those guys. I'm so happy if you guys got to the lower bracket final together. That would have been awesome, but it was not to be. So we've got that one. Did they face each other in ML4? We'll soon see. I don't think they did, you know. World Championships, they definitely did. Chaos Krieg we'll check out as well. We'll check out the Commander Terminator.
Yeah, I don't think, I can't recall a time where Nogano has been able to beat Isildur, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I really want to be wrong as well, but could be that Isildur has Nagano's number. I mean, the one time they fought so far, I just thought Isildur was sharper than Nagano. It was the exact opposite of the Ashablar thing. It was just felt like Isildur had an edge in terms of reactions and speed of action. It just seemed like basically his APM was higher. As silly as that sounds, it just is what it is. And then I don't think Isildur was active prior to Elite Showdown. I think 2019 he started playing. So this is the first one. Ah! Oh my. The very first time they played in a tournament. There you go.
3-1.
3-1 to Isildur. Go to the World Championships 2019. I don't think Isildur was active in this one, you know. We had Hezulin. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Isildur. Oh, Nagano says 1 apiece right now. There we go. I'm going to keep these tabs open, guys. I will make a tale of the tape so you guys can see it. I've got one for DevM, Love Nest, and Nagano versus Love Nest 2. So there you go. We've got.
Did win there. I actually didn't remember that.
That's on Nexus and Feynmanville as well, so that's a really good win. Next, obviously, a very balanced map. That's 2019 for you. And then you got this event.
I can say with some confidence that I think that was the only time. It must be.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes the history books can be deceiving. We've got, nothing happening in Corona Cup. Let's go check out the. I can't see Isildur in ML1. No, Isildur was not playing. He was studying all the players and biding his time. Yep, no Isildur in ML1. Let's go check out ML2, the Commander Terminator. So Kim, here we go. Oh, there we go. There's an Isildur 3-1 versus Nagano. So it's 2-1 right now in their history. 2-1. And then the tournament. So Izzy was getting stronger in 2020. Then by the time of ML3, he won. And he 4-1 Nagano in a 250 VP scenario.
Remember that one, yeah.
That was... I don't know why I did this. I really must apologise to everyone involved in Master League. I wanted to let the players play on a fun tournament that had meta. So ML2 was designed to stop meta. ML3 was designed to allow it because I knew the World Championships were coming up. I really wish I hadn't done that. It was a terrible idea. Should have been Relic. I should have just convinced... Well, I tried, but anyway. And then we got the World Championships. We've got another Isildur win versus Nagano. And then another Isildur win versus Nagano in a double elimination format. Ouch. And then I don't think... Oh, Nagano did win his thing here. However... Oh, no, hang on a second. Ah, no, he's runner-up versus Redacted in Group 2 there.
Redacted.
So that's not one where... Isildur was, of course, Seed 1. And then ML5, as we already know. So, DevM, I count it. Hang on a second. It's 1. We'll just count Isildur. We'll go. Isildur's the first number. 1-0. Did we see one here? Yes. 1-1. That's a good win.
Yeah, and then I think
3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1 to Isildur so far. Shit. But it is possible. Nagano has beaten Isildur before. We've seen it. We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen in a World Championships before. So, yeah, it is possible. But Nagano is going to have to find all of his resources, and he's going to have to dig down deep, Dev.
I think it's certainly possible, but I do think that Isildur has like a way around Nagano where he can tilt him.
Yeah, seemingly. And of course, Isildur has map advantage. He has to declare his maps by by Wednesday. So yeah, there we go. And if you see Isildur's rise to dominance here, I think this may be... He didn't play, by the way. He played in one of these, sorry. Oh! Vanilla Deluxe counts! That's a tournament, DevM! Yes, there we go. Let's add that to the mix. Vanilla Deluxe. Nagano beat Isildur 3-0. There we go. So, it's 6-2. So, was it 7-2? Something like that.
Okay, not that bad.
He won the last one. The last one, that's important. There we go. There we go. Just said something in private to DevM, but you can't lip read as well. You're not Hal. I am Strawingbird. This is what this all is. I'm also adding like content at the end of the YouTube video because I upload straight from Twitch to YouTube. No time for rendering. Oh yes,
He's
Rachel.
hyping this matchup as much as he hyped the Tiger in the second game.
Oh dear. Dave does need to come back from the army. Dave was my GCS2 #1 seed when I used to do manual seeding back before the Master League started. So nowadays, of course, it's all mathematical. But you know, I was trying to, and I think DevM, you disagreed with me in private, and then you met Dave in automatch a few times, and you didn't win any of your games. So you were like, "God damn it, AE, you jinxed me."
I think that he had a very good USF. His problem was that his Axis was lacking, I feel like.
He went for VP control as Axis, basically, and his USF was just ungodly. It was awesome. But yeah, that was interesting. Back GCS2, that was a tournament, wasn't it, Dev? We liked that one. The build-up, at least. Qualifier tournament one, DevM.
I really like the fact that we all grouped together to do that. Also, it was kind of funny in retrospect to see like the problems, and I remember you and Stormless being always trying to cover up those. So it was kind of funny to see that in person.
Oh god, yeah.
And in GCS1.
Oh my
Jesus.
god, don't talk about GCS1. Love Nest has a different recollection of GCS1 to both DevM and I. So for DevM, it was like the worst competitive day of his life. For me, it was just one of the worst days of my life. Everything that went wrong. It was absolutely shocking. From a technical standpoint, from a caster and organizer standpoint. You know, it could have been worse. I mean, there could have been like a hostage crisis or something, for God's sake. But no, from a technical standpoint, it was really bad. ESL's internet didn't work. ESL...
Nothing worked.
The microphones they provided. Yeah, nothing worked. It was just so bad. You remember that when the games were choppy for Hans von Ivan Game 1? Like, they had 7 seconds of delay because ESL were using all of the internet on their LAN tournament. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's so professional. Thanks, guys.
Good time.
Yeah, good times. But yeah. Got a good little scene going on. We are creating content here. Guys, if there's any questions you want to ask the mighty DevM and the very small AE in chat, go ahead. We're doing a, as I say, like a podcast style thing here. So I will zoom you in so we can see the questions as they arrive. And DevM and I will be with you for another 10 minutes just as we create a bit of buffer zone for our epic YouTube video. How would you become... Oh, DevM, what a question.
So first you start by playing Company of Heroes with with you know, when you are 8 years old, and that will spring you for the rest of your life to become like a gorgeous person because you can use skill that you acquired from the ladder in the sectors of your life, in the different sectors. You know what I mean?
DevM, you can't describe yourself as gorgeous. That's just bad. I don't. That's just, you used to be cool, man. What happened?
I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It is a fact.
Terrible. How come someone so small has so much muscle? AE. I think you're on about DevM, but I'm going to answer this one. It's not that I'm small. I'm just fat, so it makes me look shorter than I am. How many push-ups DevM is doing per day? He doesn't do push-ups, he does cock-ups. He just does one. That's all you need. All you need. Yeah, I knew you meant DevM. Grey Shot's saying bracket. Fair enough. Go check out the brackets.
Push-ups, Nico. I'm doing star jumps, so like 10 a day. It's not enough.
Oh, and Beat Saber. He's doing plenty of Beat Saber. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, Beat Saber, yeah.
Intermittent star jumps into Beat Saber. Come on, guys. We need some excellent questions here.
Okay, but I'm not free.
Not free. There we go. Not free from long distance homosexual relationship from Poland. Anyway, PFC champion went Asher. PFC is an aggressive motherfucker that he's pretty good to watch. I like him. He's good. Not sure that Company Heroes is currently balanced around rewarding extremely aggressive play at the moment. I wish it did. So maybe we need to roll back the game to 2014. So it can just be like crazy aggression and demo charges and madness and completely imbalanced. But maybe that's when players like PFC, Kimbo, DevM can reign victorious.
Yeah, I think that the game before was a lot more fun, and I feel like the constant nerfs have been bringing down the aggressive factor a bit.
DevM, do you think does playing other games help you be good at Co?
Not in the mechanics themselves, but in the mentality, yes. The mentality to be a top player.
I'll ask you a question, DevM. So you and I have similar opinions about balance. We think the game is balanced, but we don't think it's as fun or as aggressive as it used to be. Is that right? Is that, broadly speaking, pretty accurate?
Yeah, I think so. I think that with the constant nerfs to certain units, the game has kind of been shoehorned into a more passive playstyle overall, where controlling the late game is a lot more important than the early to mid game engagements. And I do feel like yes, I do feel like the amount of build orders that are viable at the really top level is really diminishing.
Yeah, I call it the nerf creep. I'm not on about StarCraft. I'm on about just so many small nerfs over the past 4 years. It's started to have its effect, and the game is balanced and it is still fun in a lot of modes, or a lot of style for a lot of people. But in the top level and watching the best players play, it does seem to reward passiveness a little bit, or not just passiveness, but like maybe like a 4 out of 10 in terms of passive to aggressive. It used to be a 6 out of 10, where a player like Lovenest, or maybe Isildur, who are around a 4 or a 5, they could be taken out of their comfort zone by the Von Ivans and the DevMs of the world. Hans is streaming. Can we see real gameplay? We're not gonna reward his schnapps intake. He's drinking too much schnapps and cider, guys. He's out of control. He can't do this many drunk streams, and we will not allow this to happen. OnlyFans when. The sandbags have been nerfed a little bit. I think they're valid as well, White Flash. And I know that you obviously hate them because of your thing. Kimbo with the troll questions.
DevM play anymore with hands.
I know,
He's just too good. He's just too good. I am not on his level.
Well, what does it feel like to be both playing with him as a teammate and being coached by him in real time? Like, what? This guy can micromanage everything. He can also coach you and play with you.
Fair, he could only do one of those live, so he's either microing his stuff or he's coaching me. So that's why the games went.
I have a question, DevM. Were you able to play or see many games on 5VP Crossroads? Or do you think that kind of thing he has potential?
I did see the many games on Crossroads 5VPs. I just think that when you get behind and the other player can control the map, you are maybe punished a bit too much.
For me, it's my way of rebalancing Co. Or mine and White Flash's way, rather. Sorry, White Flash, of rebalancing Co. using maps. It's because the balance, as you say, I think there's been a lot of nerf creep. So I don't think it's shit, Nico. Well, DevM, do you think
No,
it's
no,
shit?
there's no filter, so I don't think it's shit, but I am not a fan of the 5 VPs. I like the territory change. I think what was that? Reduced like 2 sectors,
Yeah.
but 5 VPs I think it's questionable.
Yeah, exactly, White Flash. They do a lot of that, but you know, it's very apparent now, White Flash, that we've had a very balanced game thrust upon us by the balances over the years, but they've done it through nerfs. So it's kind of like when the tide goes out and you'll see what's on the beach, all these shipwrecks and stuff, and the shipwrecks show you that maps are so dependent for balance. Like even Amelie Fields, which is our best 1v1 map at the moment, is just slightly Wehrmacht favoured. So we saw that, I'm going to say it, no offence to Nagano, no offence to Loveness, we saw that awful best of 5 series where the players basically, in my opinion, their psychology inside themselves was like, right, I'm against Axis on Bayo. I'll just kind of play 8 out of 10 try hard, 7 out of 10 try hard. If they're allies on Bayo. And then they were like, oh, I'm Wehrmacht on Mill Road. Well, I'll just go 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And meanwhile, the other player was going 10 out of 10 try. So we had like an 8 versus a 10. We had 2 Wehrmacht wins in a row on Bayo, 2 allies wins in a row on Mill Road, and both games are really kind of passive. It was just like, oh man. It was just, So I do think we need to shake things up a little bit somehow. We need to find a way to do it.
I see your point, White Flash, but I think it's kind of like not natural way to balance the game. I really don't. I'm not sure if there's a good way to balance how Company of Heroes 2 is at the moment in terms of not being punishing enough. I do feel like you would need like to have Company of Heroes 1 territory system to have that back. There is no other way around it.
DevM, does it excite you as a fan to the idea of A's crazy Operation Unthinkable tournament? Custom maps, you change map every game. They're all new maps, but it's a qualification tournament as allies only mirror match, a qualification tournament as Axis only mirror match, all on these new maps. And then the map makers have all these balanced, like faction balanced games to design their maps around. And then we take the champions of the 2 tournaments. We do a best of 5 on the best maps that we made. And we do a 3rd place playoff as well. So we get 2 really good long series out of it. And then that's the winner of the overall thing. What do you think?
I like the setup for the tournament, but I'm not too sure about mirror matches. Actually, it was a thing that I liked before, because obviously I like that aspect from StarCraft where you can say that you are the best at that faction.
Yeah.
Because you can play a person playing the same faction. But I don't know. As it is right now in Company of Heroes 2, I'm not too sure how it will go because I feel like some factions will have superior hand by a long shot.
Yeah. It might be interesting. I'm just going to ask you right now, just because we're creating a bit of YouTube content, DevM. If we do the Allied Mirror Match tournament first, which faction do you think will end up being the one? Like, if it ends up that all the players go the same faction by the time of the grand finals because they work out what's the most powerful, what do you think that faction will be?
Well, I can say that Brits for sure aren't going to be that one. But I do think that the other one is probably going to be Soviets. I think they are just too efficient at trading manpower if they meet USF.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the same question about Axis, but I'm going to tailor the question. Do you think there'll be a single game where anybody uses OKW? A single game, DevM, just one game.
No. I think that it can happen just because you aren't used to playing versus OKW as Austria, so who knows? You can have the advantage there.
Yeah, I mean, Focus Grenadier is 250 manpower, but very much like Conscript play, I assume. I'm just trying to think what they could bring out. It'll all be about the light vehicle meta. I mean, you'll see a lot of T70 versus Stuart, I presume. And then you'll see maybe Luke's versus 222. I think the Lukes will be popular if you do go OKW. Ipkai, I don't think Symbiosis was a very boring player because his pushes were like Von Ivan's pushes. So you always knew that was going to happen. He lost like 3 models in the first 10 minutes and then had an off-map and an on-map howitzer ready by minute 15. DevM, what do you think about that Symbiosis from Co-1? Do you think he's boring or not?
I think that he was a bit boring. But
Okay.
that was because I was an aggressive player. I remember that at some point when I played against him, I just gave up to the fact that I wasn't going to break his position. So I just played passively and teched up. I remember that game.
Did you win?
Yeah, I did.
Nice work, nice work. Those were the days, eh? But yeah, I liked it as a fan because I got what he was doing, and I knew there was going to be a crazy push at some point. So it wasn't just passiveness for me. It was like passive with a point, saving all that manpower to get the howitzers on the field and stuff, or at least it was by 2013. Strafing runs from Co-1, yeah, they were funny in the base, taking out retreated snipers. With a lot of fun. Alright guys, we're going to wrap this up now. We've created enough illusion on the YouTube time bar to make them think it goes more than 3-0. We've created enough illusion. Any final words, Devin?
Yeah, no, I just want to see Nogano in the next series try and beat Isildur, because obviously we know it isn't fun to have the same player winning. Although I do have my suspicions that Isildur might take it again, but we'll see.
There we go. And thank you everyone for watching. If you missed any of these games today, this video will be up within about 3 to 4 hours in full HD on YouTube, ready for you to watch. Thanks for coming out today. Thanks to the referees for all their work. Thanks to the patrons for all of their money that goes to fund this excellent play from all these players. And thanks for you guys for watching. Big shout out to DevM for co-casting today. Everyone go sub to him. He certainly deserves his videos having that attention, so you can see the next time he uploads one, which will be sometime in the next year, most likely. And also big thanks to Tightrope for the video and for Invader Sludge for the music. Let's hear it one more time as we roll out. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.